like touch you. Like I don't need to always think about hurting you. So sometimes it's just like finding that range with a jab, just a little touch, just to find the range, and then I can come with a hard one or come with the two. So it's like, it's as you said, basically it's not. The biggest mistake that you guys make with the jab is they're still the same jab over and over. And you start doing that, yeah, exactly. Start throwing jabs, and then I start bam right over the top, or I'll go do it again, bam right there. So I start timing your jab. So exactly, so you don't want to set the tempo of it. So do like I like those like kind of slap jabs because they fucking, you're not gonna knock out with them, but it rattles your brain. It's embarrassing too.
It's kind of disrespectful.
It's disrespectful, but it actually fucking hurts.
Yeah.
Like it's not gonna knock guy out, but it's like a bam. It's like snaps them. So
you slapped a couple guys in fights, right?
Oh yeah, I love slapping in fights. So one thing I'll do it here, and then I'll back it. Like see how you go like bam, bam. Yeah. So just kind of hit that if you do it. Boom. Yeah, see that's good. It's a good little snap. Yeah, see the snaps actually feels like it hurts more than the first jab because it's got like a bap to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Yep. See, and now just kind of move around like bam.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I like to do this too, like drop your hand. You're keeping your shoulder up so you can't hit you, and then it comes like upwards. So bring it like all the way by your hip, and then bam. Yeah, good. See, that's a lot of snap on it. Yep. Nice. That's hard. Like watch, feel that. You know, here it looks like it's just a slap. But hold your hand up. See how it's like the speed is where it comes.
That'll daze you.
So people don't realize the snap behind those jabs because everyone's trying to do this. They're trying to do a thud jab, like,
right,
which hurts, but like that's got more speed to it.
And also that exerts more force. This is more momentum.
Yeah, it shakes the head, which allows for a bam, like a hard right hand or something, or a kick or something for the knockout punch.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, that's good. That's got a good snap to it. Nice.
Are boxing coaches going to get mad about this?
I mean, different coaches have different opinions, but I mean, a lot of good boxers do this. Some guys will bitch about it, but I know there's definitely good boxers that like these like bitch slaps. Mm-hmm. And again, that's not your only jab. You're still doing a lot of these, but I'm just saying occasionally mix those in. And a lot of guys neglect those. They don't realize it's so easy to go boom and then like a backhand.
Right, especially if your guard's up here, then they're used to keeping it there.
And especially because you're used to the same one, and you can do like uppercut jabs, kind of hooks, just constantly.
What's an uppercut jab?
Angles. Like we're here, like kind of like up like that, like an up jab. So you're here, yeah, exactly. You want the more angles. Stay slightly further from me too, because you're taller than me.
Yeah.
So you want to always be keeping me at that range. So you're kind of like reading me with a hand right here. So if I start walking towards you, start kind of, and you can either be here or you can keep the hand here even, because you always want to keep me right at range. So you can like pop me with the hand right here. So so if I'm walking you back, I'll pop it, yeah. Yep. Nice. Yeah, stay slightly further away. You don't want to. You want to make sure you're not coming in that range where I could hit you.
Right.
Because you have a slight reach advantage on me, so you want to use it. So you want to make sure you're always staying right at my range.
Yeah.
So even if we're all the exact same height, it's still you gotta be careful coming in that punching range.
Yeah.
So it's always like in, out, in, out. And I said that you're gonna be taller at your weight. You're gonna be taller than most people you're against. So you want to use that advantage of always coming in, out that range.
Okay. And how much should I move when I jab? How much?
Again, that's kind of there's not a clear, so a lot of these questions, there's so many different situations, so there's always not a right, wrong. So sometimes you can do a huge jab, sometimes it's just barely moving. Depends how much distance I'm kind of trying to cover. Sometimes I'm not even trying to hit you, sometimes I'm kind of trying to fill your range, then I'll come in and try to hit you.
Yeah.
So sometimes you guys are kind of like parrying, I'm kind of seeing where you're at, bam! Also, you guys said I can jab to the body too.
Yeah.
You want to mix it up so you're not the same. So you're here, boom, I can go here over the top. No.
You want to throw it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yep, good. See? Yep. Nice. Yep. Now just a big standard, boom, heavy jab, just regular. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because I don't want you to get rid of the standard jab, I'm just trying to show you that you can add more elements into it.
Okay.
So this is still the standard, one-on-one jab, but now you add these. I'm a big fan of doing one heavy one, and then you bring it halfway back, then spam right away.
One heavy one, and then halfway here, and then a slap?
Yeah, because you kind of come in, right?
Yeah.
And as you're coming back, he's here to come all the way back, and then go bam, right back in your face.
Yeah. Am I stiff? That's one of the criticisms I always get from my coaches, that they think my shoulders I'm too stiff.
No, I mean, you're like new, so of course you're gonna be a little stiff. It's gonna be, it takes time to get relaxed. So, yeah, so you're like there, so bam, and you just, yeah. So he's like, bam, bam.
Okay, too fast there.
Yeah, exactly. You want it quick like that. So pop, pop. Nice. That's got a good snap to it. See, those jabs make guys start being like, oh, fuck. And then you start looking for other punches. Okay. Yeah, with your body type too, you're built good for kicks too. So let's add in a fucking, let's add in a left kick. This is my favorite kick's the skip kick, which is not that, it's not as common. There's several situations where you could use it, where I step and kick. So let's say there's two ways actually. So there's liver kick, right? So I'm gonna switch and kick and try to kick your liver, or I go to the head. I'm not real flexible, so I usually go to the liver.
Yeah.
So,
well, first of all, what about my body type is good for kicks? I don't really know how to kick. Because tall,
you're built good for, yeah, tall and lanky, exactly. Good for knees, kicks. So you're generally, yeah, the range would be good for kicking.
Right.
Knees and stuff too, because you can bring those knees up easy. So,
would you recommend leg kicks too, like the Adesanya wops?
Yeah, you want to do them all really. You're gonna have to start sparring and start seeing what feels natural to you.
Yeah.
Some of the shit's gonna be, you gotta feel what feels natural to you. There's gonna be your body type, but then other shit is not gonna feel natural still. So one I like a lot is, let's say if you're slightly walking back from me and I'm having a hard range with you, like just kind of stay a little out of my range, so I can't quite hit you. Is what I have to do. I'm gonna do a big step with this foot towards the outside to cover the distance, and then I fucking throw the liver kick right there. So when the guy's is barely staying out of my range, I'll take a step with this one.
With the outside foot.
Outside, yeah. And then that one kicks. Exactly, perfect. See, so the guys, I'm staying out of your range, so you step there to cover the distance. Yep, exactly. And if you go right in the liver, bro, it can drop you.
Yeah. How do you block that? With your elbow?
You come here. But it's hard, because then if I start blocking, then you come up to my head. It can drop you, especially if I don't know if you're gonna kick my head or my liver.
Right.
So you can, guys sometimes they'll do that. They'll go like, boom, twice. I'm not flexible for head kicks, but then come up to the head.
You don't do head kicks?
I'm fucking terribly inflexible. I'm not good at them. Occasionally.
Have you become more inflexible, or were you used to?
A little bit. I was never that flexible. So I was always more kicking to the body.
Yeah.
So if you have me backing up, so just do it nice and slow. You're gonna do a step on the outside. Yeah, good. Exactly. Because see, I'm like staying out of your range. It gets frustrating. You can't hit me. I'm just kind of, exactly. That's the way I love to cover the distance. Yep. Nice. Now be like, throw a few jabs or walking me back and then do it. Yeah, nice. Yeah, that kind of plays together. And that's gonna happen sometimes. The guy's kind of like, you'll get guys not wanting to gauge sometimes. You have to start looking for ways to cut them off and shit. So, and for me, I like cutting for the cage, trying to take them down. But it depends on who you're fighting, what your style is.
Can I ask you a question about one of your fights?
Yeah.
Tyrone Woodley. That fight was pretty, like, almost stalemate. You won decision, right?
It was a tough fight.
Why do you think that fight, not a lot of action happened?
I think he was really trying to stop my takedowns, so he was backing up a lot because he was scared of my grappling. So it turned into more of a stand-up fight. So a lot of people like back it up, but it was he has a ton of power too, so I had to be careful rushing in to get hit by him. So,
how do you think? He was taller, right?
I'm taller than him. He's shorter. He's hard to take down because he's shorter and stout and a really good wrestler. So he was like staying low, trying to stop me from taking him down and going backwards most of the fight, versus me trying to go forward, try to take him down. So it made it kind of a difficult fight.
So then, why would something like this kick right here? Why did that not work?
Yeah, I mean, I should have been doing this more. I need to rewatch that fight, but this is definitely something when he's backing up, I want to do that. So.
Okay. So jabs.
Yep.
Got a range.
Yep. Nice. Yeah, that's feeling pretty
good.
Am
I keeping my hands in the right? When I kick, you're supposed to keep your hands up the whole time?
You're going to hear different opinions on that,
go like
but
that too?
Generally, go here. I like to kind of come across and cover. You're going to have different coaches that are going to give you different advice on this.
You give me some pretty unorthodox advice so far.
Well, you're going to notice you're going to get completely different advice from different coaches. And some guys will tell you completely opposites and be adamant that they're right. And it might be two different good guys telling you that. Like, they'll be like, you hook like this, someone else tell you to hook like that. So a lot of this shit.
Every single boxing coach has a different.
Yeah, so you're going to learn a lot.
Has to adapt to your style pretty much.
It's honestly, it's martial arts. There's no fucking hard guidelines. It's more of a, here's a perfect example. You box, right? Every coach has hands come up, right? But watch some of the best boxers in the world. They're out here doing this. So it shows you the rules are bullshit. The rules are for beginners. So if you're a beginner, then yes, you want to follow the rules. As you get advanced, the rules become kind of selective.
So for a kick like this, what would be the standard rules? It would to be.
You generally you want to like kind of swing your hands to get power. So it'd be here. So I want to kind of swing this, but then you also don't want to come down where you get hit. So a lot of times it'll be like here and cover the opposite hand. Because if my hands stay up, there's not much power. See, I can't really much twist with that.
You need a twist with your.
So I go like here, but then I usually want to cover this one. So that way, if I throw a punch or something on you. Yeah. Yeah, and step a little more to the side so you're not right in my range.
Right.
That's why I'm stepping too, so it's a little hard to hit me, yeah. Because you don't want to come right where I can hit you. You're stepping out of the side. That's one of the reasons that step's so important, exactly. What's that?
Sneako.
Bro, like, I don't know if you're noticing, your feet are so flat. You're coming your toes and they're backing up.
Being the balls of my feet?
Yeah, like when he's kicking here, I don't know if you watch
Yeah, with toes.
He's raising here. Like, you can't raise your hips if your feet are flat. You don't miss yourself. So think about like when you're doing that kick, step, toes pointed out, raise. And like you're going like this because your foot's forward and you're not on your toes. Let your foot come out, let your toes raise. And now
Like a ballerina.
yeah, I can open my hip now. But if I'm here flat,
Like a ballerina.
I do that, this is why you're coming up your hip here, as opposed to here, toes out, up the ball of your foot. That foot comes up. Yep, there you go. Step, put your toes out. Yes, you see, you see how now you can actually.
See, that hurt more.
My balance is better.
I would hurt my hip.
Yeah, my bad.
You're actually there. Your balance was there. You're not kicking over your hip anymore. Your hip opens here. That's where your foot wants to be.
Okay.
Like I said, things like this there's gonna be some things that are more opinions, and you're here for a lot of opinions, but stuff like this is pretty much always important. Like this, always on the balls, your feet, these type of things.
Yeah.
Like all of the other shit, like whether you go here or here, that's just a fucking opinion. I know guys will argue that this is better versus that's better, but it's not.
What do you do?
I usually like this, but I don't think it's necessarily better. It's just how I throw it.
What else did you notice, if I could ask you?
Just like even with your jab, you're moving great, but your feet are like just get your stance. Like when you're down the jab with it. So you notice like when Jake's moving, his back foot is not touching the heel. So do 2 jabs. Yeah, you see how now put your back heel down. Now do 2 jabs.
Yeah, it's slower.
Yeah, it's a break. It's like when your heels are down, it's like dragging with your fucking knee break on. Okay, you're dragging yourself. But when I take my break off and my back foot comes up on my toes, I can move in any direction. It's fine. But the moment my heel goes down, I'm dragging, which is what's making you kind of like wondering, like, oh well, how is it range and pushing too far in because you're dragging your foot? Just let it come a little bit in. Like let it come up, but you're pointing forward. It doesn't have to be forward. It can still be out. Let your toes come up. Yeah, now you can move forward, back, right, left, wherever. But the moment that back heel goes down,
you're off balance.
Well, if you're thinking about there's a spike in your back heel, when it's on the mat, you're anchored to the ground. So I'm dragging and I'm kind of like stuck here. But when my foot comes up, I can move around that. I can't move around like that with my heel on the ground. He's super heel like that.
Okay.
But now,
just my back foot, not the front. The front one.
Front are still. I don't want to have my heels period. You see how like Jake's foot?
Just slightly up, yeah. Like, move in. You want to be able to kind of like bounce.
It's kind of subtle, so where I don't think like you like. I saw you this kid get noticing because he's like he'll be here, but when he moves, his back with his heel leaves the ground. He's never dragging his foot.
Yeah.
But he's done it for so long. It's
natural, but I'm dragging. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Yeah, it's shit that takes a long time to imprint your head.
Yeah, just nice and nice. Like, yeah. And now you get nice. Your shoulders are already moving now. Boom.
Yep. Now hit a jab a few times, in and out with the jab. Just jab and then out, but in and out, so you don't stay in my range. Yeah. Just get used to that. Boom, out. Yeah.
See, you can recover now. Like,
yeah, because you want to make sure I can't like hit you back. So make sure you bring your jab back faster too, so I don't like pop you with it.
Whip it back. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Because you want to make sure that you're not hitting it, and then I'm hitting you.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. See, now you're getting my range better. Yeah, see. Yep. Yeah, see, there's good snap in it. Now follow with the right hand. Go pop, pop. You can just hit the same one if you want.
1, 2?
Yeah, 1, 2. Okay. You hit the same one. It's a little awkward with one glove. Yep, good. Again. Yep, nice. Good. All right, let's focus on some grappling shit. I'm better there anyways.
Yeah.
That was good. You got a good little.
Thanks.
I mean, you got a lot of work to do, but you have a good little base. You got good snap already. You just got to move a lot. I recommend finding someone that's like not going to try to kill you and just try to do a lot of light sparring.
That's one of the
If
problems.
you go to the boxing gyms, the guys are trying to fuck you up.
Everybody, especially because like people
They know
recognize
who
my
you are,
face.
yeah.
Everyone tries to.
They try to knock you out. And you don't want to learn that way. It's not a good way to learn getting like knocked out, you know? It's better finding dudes that'll work with you. And you know, sometimes good guys will work with you. Like guys here.
I've noticed that professional fighters
around.
actually let you work.
It depends. Some of the dudes will try to knock you out.
Really?
Oh yeah, they definitely will, especially boxing gyms. It depends on who you just gotta be careful who you go and hop with, because dudes will definitely try to knock you out.
I know, I need to fix my teeth because I've been sparring people that are,
It's stupid because you're not a pro, but there's guys that just want to like, they think it's like funny to like knock you out, because like your boy Strickland. If he hopped in and sparred with him, he'd knock him out for sure.
He would?
Oh, for sure.
Everyone keeps in the chat saying he trains here.
He's cool. He's cool. He's cool, but don't ask him to spar.
Don't ask him to spar?
No, he'll try to knock you out.
There's no levels to Sean's.
Chad, should I ask him to spar or no?
Unless you, I mean, if you want to get beat up.
I would really advise this.
Chris, when's your next fight?
Next Friday. Yeah, we leave Monday.
Oh, Toronto?
Yep.
All right, good luck, man.
Unless the Bills are gonna work hard, work way too hard.
What's the preparation process like a week or two right before a fight?
Shoot, my last workouts, I got 30 minutes left of training. Tomorrow I got 3 rounds of sparring, 15 minutes conditioning. Camp's over. Fight week, just hitting minutes.
The weight cut though sucks.
So for me, I'm only 12 pounds over.
Oh yeah, you're small. You're about 85. So yeah.
I'm knocked out. My weight cut will be an hour. My actual weight cut's an hour long.
So for you, fight week's easy then. For some guys, it's a brutal weight cuts. Guys dropping like 25 pounds and
at
shit
170, it's like a 25-pound cut.
Yeah.
So it's like starving to death.
What are you at now, 165?
No, I'm fighting
185.
This fight's at 85, so I weigh like I was 197 this morning.
How tall are you?
5'10". I'm a short 85.
Yeah, what the?
I'm wide, but I'm short. But I don't like cutting weight, so like I'm always trying to. I keep my weight low year round. I don't like cutting weight, so like I can be 205 pounds all year. That's fine.
What do you think I should compete at? I'm like 170 now. Like,
you walk 170?
I'm 170 now. 6'2".
Yeah. Fuck, damn.
You're big for that. I mean, I guess you'd be 55s, or you could bulk up and go 70s because you're like thin for the weight. You could do either.
Professional or amateur?
Neither. I'm like,
dude, so if you're not being paid for it, be a 55er. Like,
yeah.
So I'll fight for free, but you gotta pay me to cut weight. If you're not getting paid, like, don't cut weight. Like, be a 55er, I guess.
Yeah, I'd rather cut than gain, to be honest.
Well, the thing is, here's the thing. Is like, like,
you want to be big at your weight, not small.
If you're 70,
and you're a big 55 pounder because you're tall, rangy.
You're way too small to be a 70. Like, you're way too small to be a 70. You have to gain like 15, 20 pounds. So going from 70 to 55 is easy. Like, just training, you'll probably drop another like easily 5 pounds just in like the muscle mass or gain or whatever. 10-pound cut, like do that. Like,
easy.
10 pounds, you can do that in a day or two easily. Like 45 would probably be. If you're a pro, I say like be a 45er, but like that costs money. Like, fuck that. Like,
yeah, because that ain't fun. Your whole life, so you about cutting weight.
That much weight for amateur for free. There's no way. There's no fucking way. Oh, that's miserable.
I can hear in your voice how much you hate cutting weight.
It's terrible.
When you do it, you have like flashbacks to where you're like almost died, and it's just not. Like, how much did you cut, Jake?
About 20 pounds.
Yeah.
20?
Not fun, yeah.
I saw that you started fighting at 185 and then you ended up usually fighting at 170.
I was usually 170, yeah, I had a couple 85s, and then yeah, so 85 is easy making weight, but fucking.
That's why like, I'm still at 85. I should be back to 70.
What are you walking around now?
At 195.
You're 195? Wow.
They got like bigger legs and ass and shit, so hold the weight down there.
Okay, grappling time?
So yeah, let's do a little grappling. We probably should do a takedown to start.
Okay.
So let's do a fucking cage takedown. These fucking cages hurt, but so we can go against the pad to start. So basically, we'll just go over by the cage. Realistically, I'll try to cut you to the corner. But I'm gonna try, there's a bunch of different cage takedowns you can do, but the easiest if I'm able to lock a double behind your ass. So if I'm able to walk you to the cage, I'm gonna shoot. See, I blast you here. If I can lock my hands right underneath your ass, it'll be super easy for me to take you down.
And then
what I want to do is I want to pull all the space. I don't want it loose here. See how I pull the space out right here?
Yeah.
And see my shoulder? See how you're pressed into so you can't get off the cage. And I have 2 options here. I can try to I can come here. I can come here, pick you up, look for a big slam. That's good because you have to slam, but it's a little more energy. And there's a better chance of you actually bouncing up off the slam. So I could do that. It's gonna look better. That's gonna be the cool looking one. Or I can just come here and just pull you back right here.
Fucking hell.
I just rip you back. And now right as I hit the ground, I catch your hand so you can't turn up. Move my head on top of yours. See, I come here, see I pin your hand right here. Here to the cage.
Oh, now it's over. Yeah, it's over.
Yeah, see, now you're fucked. So even though the slam looks better, this is probably sometimes a better option because it puts you in such a terrible position. So, I'll do that again. So we come in, I shoot, I go here, I lock the double. I pull the space out. I don't want to loose here. I go here, and I literally just pull you backwards. Here. Catch the hand right away. Switch my head to the top side. I want to feed your hand underneath here. I step over this leg. I cross it, curl my legs. It's pretty advanced for being new grappling, but you can see how terrible this position is.
Yeah, that's bad.
I can just unload you right here.
That's bad. Is that wrestling or jiu-jitsu?
Neither. That's MMA.
So you
the takedown. This is all because there's no cages in wrestling, so it's not wrestling either.
Yeah.
They would call it wrestling because it's a takedown, but it's really, this is all MMA hybrid. This is not really jiu-jitsu or wrestling.
So what do I need to look out the most, like, if I fight Mikey in MMA? He's gonna try to go for like what?
He would probably try diving into like leg locks. So he's probably not gonna try to take you down.
Really?
So he'd probably try sitting and hooking into your legs.
He just sit down?
It's kind of weird because his style, he's not MMA style. He'd probably try like jumping here on you and then catch a heel hook. So you would need
what's
to
a heel
like,
hook? That's what you snap your shin?
It can badly hurt your knee. So for him, you would need to like keep him at range, like stay low, be like, you know, bam, bam.
Okay.
Because he would probably try diving into the legs. I'm just guessing. He might try something else, but.
So how do you defend against that?
You'd have to like.
A knee?
That's one option, a knee, but sometimes you can pull. Sometimes when guys try to pull legs, you can just pull them up your knee. You want to clear the knee line basically. So.
Clear the knee line?
So basically, I need to come here. I need to slide in your legs here. As soon as I'm coming here, if you just pull your leg up, you can clear, and I lose my leg lock.
So just go like that?
Yeah, kind of. It's not quite that simple, but yeah.
What's the more complicated part?
I mean, it really kind of is. It's just timing it right. You're doing that, but you're just timing it right. So it is correct. It's just getting the time into that.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
You want to hit a couple of these takedowns?
Yeah, yeah.
So basically, stay a little closer. So you're gonna shoot. Yeah, you go a little lower. Kind of drive your into my chest.
Yep.
Now lock your hands here. Go under my ass with your hand. Just right there. Go a little lower here, and see how there's like space in your arms. You want to pull that space out. Exactly. So you won't be going here.
Yep.
Like watch, go there. If you're loose here, go ahead and spread your legs. See, yeah, you can go like this. You can start defending it. See how I pull the space out, so I can still pull you down.
So the more space, the more you can defend.
Exactly. So I'm clamping that space out with my arms.
So you can't. Okay.
Yep. Go lower now. Yep. Yeah, right there. See that? That's good. Now the space is out.
And then how's it take? How do you do
this?
Now
you just pull me straight back. I know it feels a little weird, but you just. Yeah. Now catch my hand. Yep. Now switch your head to this side. But keep your weight close on me. Yeah, now feed the bottom hand under to behind my back. Right, like, you know, is it here? I'm confused. Yeah, right there. Now keep here. Now keep your head against. There's too much space with your leg, so like hook this one, and keep your hips like close. So, yeah, so here, your head's suffocating me and stuff here, so I'm stuck now. You want me straight? You want so I'm riding all your weight, so I can't just get up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, now I just start punching here, and I'm gonna have to go here and give my back, and you can look for a choke as I start turning. Yep.
Well, I have to get the choke up here, right?
Yeah, we'll go over the choke in a few. We'll get through this a few times first, then add the choke.
Is there a way to deceive it? Like, how could I trick you so that you don't see it coming? If you're against the cage, you probably know that it's coming.
Yeah, so really it'd be like I'm kind of walking you backwards, you know? So we're kind of fighting. It's like, catch this here. Boom. See how like I'm tight, the space, there's no space.
Yeah, I can't.
Here, my head's, you can't come up, my head's on you. Bam, bam.
So just walk you back up into the cage and then.
Yeah, I mean, it gets a little bit complicated, but for now I would just worry about shooting from the cage, then you kind of add that in.
Yeah.
Because there's so many aspects, you can't really learn it all at once realistically. Mm-hmm. So you're correct what you're asking. We're gonna be, there's a whole other art to that. I think it makes more sense. Focus one piece at a time. So now just focus on just hitting the shot, and then add later how you cut me off here.
Okay, so here.
Yep. you're going too high. You're going to my lower back. You want to go straight, like under my ass.
Yep.
There is a version that you do off my lower back too, but for this particular one,
you go lower.
I like to go to there.
And then where's my head to the?
So yeah, so it's. I like to go to the side. My shoulder goes here, head right here. Now you're going here, which isn't necessarily wrong. There is stuff I can do here too.
Yeah.
But for this particular one, I go here.
So that one only works if you're sweeping the leg.
Yeah, so if you're naturally going to the lower back, it's not necessarily wrong. I could do this and then start doing this.
Mob taught me that one. Okay.
Yeah, so exactly. So that's probably why you're doing it. You probably drilled that before.
Yeah.
So it's not wrong. It's just like a separate move.
Okay.
Yep. Now let's pull me back good. Now catch my hand. Yeah. Yep. Put your head, grind your head on top of mine. Put your head on mine. Yeah. Drive your weight in. Yep. Yeah, it was much tighter that time. It wasn't perfect, but it was a big improvement from the last one. So.
Yeah. Again?
Yep. Let's do like 5 or 6 of these and we can move on. Yeah, good.
I need to grab the hand behind the back, right?
Yeah, but you kind of already lost it at that point.
Yeah,
you're not always going to get it.
Yeah.
That's what you're trying to get.
Is that still a good position?
Yeah, you're still in a good position. So it's what you're going for, but you're not always going to get what you're going for. Right. You have to learn to always adapt, you know? Yep.
That's good?
Yeah. Let's do like 2 more, then we can add a choke or something in. Let's hit 1 more. Good. Like I said, to get really good at this stuff takes a long time, but you just have to keep doing it. But that's a big improvement from the first time you did it to there.
Yeah.
So, got some water.
That's tiring, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, right. It's a different cardio system than striking.
What'd you think, Chris?
Arms. I'm never gonna. I have like fucking TP. I never remember your name. But arms. Like I don't want to reach for you. If I'm shooting. Go shoot. You come. That's what I don't want. So I don't want to reach for you. I want to shoot. I want to pull you into me. So when I come here, when I shoot, I'm pulling you into me. If I fucking like.
Then you see it coming.
Breaststroke, like it's literally you just settle. It's here. So when you shoot again, just think about when I shoot in, reaching for him. Like reach in, elbows tight, reach in, pull him in. If I breaststroke, he's just gonna be like. Yeah, like it's really easy to stop. Like, just reach in, pull him to you, pull him to your chest. So you don't even have anybody there. Just pull him to your chest. No, reaching behind you. If you reach behind you, and like shoot on. Yeah, Jake.
You're making it.
Shoot on Jake. Don't say it, but shoot on Jake real quick. So like if you reach behind.
Wait.
I want you to see. Like go ahead.
You want me to counter a little bit?
Like it's so bad. Like.
Well, he's gonna get the choke.
So just shoot, just shoot. How you normally shoot, So this is why you don't do that.
How I normally do it?
Yeah, how you normally do it.
Okay.
Comfortable, So you hit like so.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
It's not like you don't shoot on Jake Shields.
Fuck.
But you gotta figure I've been doing this for 20 years. You're not day one gonna be taking me down.
Yeah, so that's why you don't shoot. No one shoots on Jake anyway for that reason.
Okay. So no one's doing that on you?
Most guys don't shoot on me because I got some nasty chokes.
I thought it was just funny.
Okay.
But yeah, like
he's laughing the whole time.
I thought it was funny.
He's setting you up.
But same way, like if I'm here and my arms open, there's nothing protecting me. So like same way, reach forward, never out and around. Just forward, pull me your chest.
Yeah.
Like try that, just nice and slow, but reach, get. Pull me your chest.
Hit a couple. Don't even take me to the ground. Just hit a couple. Just in.
Chris makes it look like it's dancing. Like it's very fluid. It's very elegant the way you.
Nothing else to do with my time.
Okay.
Yeah,
Do you dance too?
Well, yeah, fuck no.
Oh, no?
He's black. Oh, you don't?
Yeah, well, black people.
I figured he did.
I thought so too.
No, I dated some Cubans like salsa like a motherfucker though.
Okay.
Me and Cubans have a history.
So what am I doing?
Just don't finish the takedown. Just get shooting a few times. Just so you're not going out with the arms like you're saying. You're going in, straight in, and you're doing it last minute. So you're starting to move and then you go. So I can't see it coming.
Yeah, then keep your head up. Don't look down. Keep your head up.
You still did a little bit. Like you don't need to go back at all. It's just forwards.
Doesn't that leave you at risk for an uppercut or something?
So once again, if you look down, getting hit with uppercuts is 10 times worse. Uppercut or knee. So if I'm looking down, I can't see. You ever heard the saying, this punch you don't see?
Yeah, that knocks you out, yeah.
Yeah.
I would rather be able to see it and prepare than to like not be aware of what's happening and get hit by something I don't see.
Yeah.
So like, there's always a chance of getting hit, like I said, Jake said, with the knee is still there. But if I see it, I can make adjustments, I can like start defending and whatnot. If I'm just looking at the knee here and it comes up fast, it's a big problem.
Right.
So it just like, I know it feels counterintuitive.
I see what you're saying.
Keep your head here.
Yeah, you never want the head super far down. It's also a way easier for me to sprawl if we were out in the middle. I could just, if your head's down, I sprawl, your head's gonna your head's gonna go boom right to the ground.
You don't want Jake to sprawl like hips above your head.
Yeah, because if you're here, if a guy's sprawl, your face is gonna face plant. But if you're up, it's gonna be harder to go down.
You're just gonna push my head to the floor?
He's damn near knocked me out before. Like,
It is so like so if you shoot and your body's super down like this, you're just gonna drop to the ground.
no, that was him letting you catch yourself with your arms. Like usually it would be like, if you did it hard, it would just be your face hitting the mat.
Okay.
That's the shit.
Yeah, so again, this shit takes, it feels unnatural to have your neck up like that. That's what you gotta do. Like, you look at wrestlers have these big, thick necks because they're blasting with their head up. They'll even blast right into their body sometimes. I don't like doing that because I fucking fuck my neck up. But these dudes will sometimes come in and they'll fucking run you over like that.
Like a battering ram.
My neck's too fucked up to do that. But yeah, some of these guys will do that.
Okay. All right, again?
Just do a few more, just get an entry.
Hey, do it slow, do it slow.
And go a little lower still.
What's wrong? I was too low?
You're dropping, so if you're doing it fast, before you learn the technique.
Yeah, you don't need to rush things when you're learning them.
Yeah, you're rushing.
Okay.
Do it slow. Down, parts. Step in. So you go, drop your legs, you see your back legs. Look at my legs, look at my back legs. I don't want to be here. Step, push. My legs work together. I don't want to get stretched out.
Yeah.
Stretched out on Jake, he's going to fucking face me. I don't want to be stretched out. I want to have my feet under.
So I keep it
And you want to make sure you're pushing me into the cage too. Remember how I had you still pushed here so you couldn't move? Yeah. You want me to be like I'm stuck here. So drive me back to the cage. Yeah. See now I'm stuck. And see, yeah, this is actually better. Now you might be able to, yeah, that was your best one. And that time you drove me to the cage. And again, in a street fight, there's always walls, there's cars, you can run people into shit. So everything you always want to think street fight versus martial art, they're totally different. So. Yep, good. No, they're starting to feel way better. Here's like two more, then we can move on. Nice. Yep. Yeah, you're going out a little too far in the arm still, but
okay.
I mean, realistically, there's no possible way you're gonna get this perfect on day one. So the way I look at it is,
Can we do one more?
yeah, do a couple more. You can do a couple more if you want. That was good. The arms are in more that time. Because you want to shoot in so I don't see it. Just drive me to the cage a little more. Do one more and drive me hard to the cage. Do what you just did, but drive me harder to the cage. Yeah, that was good. Like I said, see, it's improving. Again, these are the things you have to, when you're good, you got to do it a lot. It's going to take like...
But how do you mix it up? So you're doing MMA. Mikey wants to do MMA. So do you have to do jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, boxing, wrestling?
It's tough, yeah.
Is there anything else?
I mean, it's really all martial arts. So there's pieces of judo, taekwondo, karate.
So how often do you train everything?
Ones,
like what do you... Primary ones are boxing and wrestling.
Yeah, striking and then wrestling and jiu-jitsu kind of mix. So I usually mix it too. I'll do wrestling and jiu-jitsu together. I try to look at them as the same, just grappling. The grappling is the same martial art, not two separate martial arts. I think guys make that mistake. And then same with striking, the boxing and the kicks, kind of mix them together. And then so you're blending it together.
Are you doing it in the same day or do you split it up? Like how are you training everything?
I would usually do both every day. Would try to at least. But it's different for me, as a full-time fighter, you're doing other shit too, so it gets a little harder.
I have time to lock in though. I can really lock in this year.
If you're training for a fight, it's a good idea to lock in and do
now.
double days.
Yeah, I am now.
Did Mikey say he's actually gonna fight you?
I don't think he responded, but I put out the chance, say accepted. I think it makes sense.
Interesting.
Yeah.
No, it is. I think he's I mean, he's smaller than you, but he's got so much martial arts experience. I imagine he'd be the
he's a world champion.
favorite,
Yeah,
so,
I'm the underdog completely.
So it's kind of a no-lose situation, other than, you know, if you get fucking caught something really bad, breaks an arm or something.
It is what I'm tired of being called a keyboard warrior. It's time to get in the. It's time to get here.
Just go in and fight, and
just do it.
You know, win or lose, going and doing a fight.
Did you win your first fight or lose?
I think I lost my first fight. No, I won my first one. I lost my second one.
Okay.
I went out there with not much training experience. He just kind of hopped right in.
Yeah.
But ultimately, you got to go out and do it.
Oh, you see these guys. I should have stretched before.
You got your hamstrings.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, we can just do a few chokes, and you don't want to overdo too much, or your brain will get overflooded too.
Oh, they're saying he did respond. What did he say, guys? Tell me what he said. We'll get into that later. Keep training.
Yeah, I said we just do a couple different things. You don't want to do too much, or you'll get your fucking. Let's do a. There's the guillotine choke they did there, or rear naked. Let's do one. Maybe both of those. Because chokes are awesome. Let's do rear naked first, because it's so universal.
This is jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, jiu-jitsu, MMA. It's for street fights is great because you can put a guy unconscious really quick without hurting him. Because, you know, who knows? Maybe you want to hurt the guy, maybe you don't in a street fight. Maybe you don't want to get sued. But if I get someone in a choke, I can put them out in a couple seconds. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times guys will fucking let you get behind them and shit because they're idiots. So it can be on the ground. This is probably the most common submission you see in the UFC because it works from all positions. It can be on the ground, standing. So basically if I get behind you, it's going to be different from the ground or standing. I'll come behind you. I need to pull you back right away, especially if you're taller. So I'll come here and I start walking back right here. And now I just slide behind your neck and right there. Ideally, I'll be under your chin. Yeah. So I want to like pull all this space out here, right there. As you see, it's not going to take long to go out.
Not at all.
People think it takes longer to pass out than it does, but it's because it cuts the blood off. Yeah, it's not like you can hold your breath.
Yeah.
We'll do it on the ground. It'll be easier than standing.
Okay.
So what I want to do, I want to take this. I don't want to go loose with my choke, especially if you have long arms. So I want to pull all the slack out. So I grab the hand and look how deep I pull this. So your throat is going here, not here. A lot of guys go here and try to choke there.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of choking you, but as you see, it's not what I just did to you. But if I go here and pull the slack out here, now I slide this, you feel how tight that is.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just had to show you real quick so you. No, I'm not going to squeeze it over and over. I just wanted to show you how it feels when done right.
Right.
So again, what I'm doing is I'm pulling all the space out. Here's the part that's a little tricky. Is I slide this hand behind your head.
Yeah.
The traditional jiu-jitsu ways, they go here and they put the hand behind your head here. Mm-hmm. But this is
that's how Mikey's gonna do it.
Mikey's pretty good. He might be. I'm not sure exactly how he does his choke. But he has some good shit. But so I want to pull this and slide this behind your head.
So there's no slack.
Exactly. Okay, now look, see, I put my head.
How is your head? Is your hand pressing this way or this way?
It's facing this way. I pull it back, and now see, I put my head next to yours too. So I pull the space out, and look, I take my elbow and I rotate it down.
Isn't that how Khabib got Conor?
Similar, slightly different, but yeah, see right there. See how there's no space?
There's no space. Fuck.
Yeah, it sucks. Let me see.
Yeah.
Maybe if I can show you on someone else, but.
No, it's fine. This is.
I think you kind of could feel it.
These fucks want to see that.
Yeah.
Fucking guys are laughing at me right now. I know. You're right. Yeah.
Everybody starts somewhere.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Okay.
So we'll just sit here and do that choke.
Okay, wait, so the way to defend it was how I did it. You want to get your chin down so that you can block it.
Well, even if your chin's down, watch go down. You're correct. That'll work against most people. Go ahead and put your chin down.
Oh.
The way I choke is not going to work.
Oh, fuck.
It'll work against most people, but that's what I'm saying. The way I choke's different. It's like,
God.
That's why I'm trying to teach you the proper way to choke.
Yeah.
Your chin down will work against most people.
That one was worse than the first one.
It'll go right through your jaw.
Oh, yeah.
People think I try to make excuses and be like, oh, it's on my jaw. And it's like, hey, don't tap then.
Wait, that's legal?
Yeah, it's legal.
Oh, shit. How do you defend against that?
Don't let it go behind your head like that.
Yeah.
Most guys don't have the choke perfect, so it'll work against most people.
Yeah.
But if I slide that behind there and I have that's why I'm trying to show you the way I do the choke is different than other people. Because watch, put it down.
Oh, shit.
The regular way of doing it works. Or put your shit down the way. So you might be able to survive this. But once I pull this out, you're not going to survive that.
Oh, yeah.
It's just too tight.
Yeah.
And I think it's good. That's why it's good to see that, because a lot of guys ought to work what you did. But when the choke's
so that's
done
not
perfect,
a way to defend against it?
Not against someone at elite level.
Okay.
It is. That is the correct thing you should do. But you got to fight the hands more. Against someone my level, the chin's not going to be enough.
Okay. All right, so what do I do?
So let's get you choking me first.
So right arm?
Yeah. Is that your right hand, right?
Yeah.
So you want to go choke both arms, but right's going to be slightly stronger. So pull all the slack out. Grab the back of your hand, pull it, Yeah, so deep that is. Now you just slide this behind my head.
Slide what behind your head?
This hand needs to go behind my head, and this hand's going to your bicep. I need to show you something. It's kind of weird if you can't see it. Let me see it. Can I use you for 30 seconds, Chris? I know it sucks we got to fight, but that part's a little tricky. Like I said, most black belts aren't choking the way I am, but you felt how tight that was.
Yeah.
Just sit down.
So squeeze blood out of my lips. Why?
Is what I'm doing.
When you're choking him, it's almost.
It's fine. Just
here's the parts I'm doing different, right? I'm pulling here. See how I'm pulling this hand? You did that part right. But here's the part that's a little weird. I slide this one behind his head. And see, this one points up. It goes to top of my shoulder. This one goes behind the head. See how this closes the elbows in? I don't want my elbows loose. That's where the choke comes in. So I pull, I slide. See how my head comes in, elbow turn. See how there's no space?
Yeah.
That's how it gets so tight. So that's good. I just want to show him quick. But yeah, I'm going to do you real quick. That way I can fix it. Because yeah, this choke's a little tricky.
Okay, this is how your legs want to be, right?
Realistically, it'd be inside, but for now, we're just learning the choke. We can worry about those steps later. There's so many steps, it doesn't make sense to learn everything at once. So grab the hand, pull the slack out. Yeah, now slide this behind his head. And this one goes to your top of your shoulder. Yep, there you go. This needs to go further behind his head. There you go.
Are you okay, Chris?
Yeah, I'm good.
Almost. See this here? Yeah, there. Now put your head in. Now rotate the elbow down this way.
Like that?
Yeah, squeeze
So
hard.
what's gonna help? So
I don't want to fucking kill you.
You gotta make him tap.
So sit down. Bring your chest to my back. Like he's so
Sure,
he's rounded away.
No, getting these perfect. It's not gonna feel like the way I do it. Trust me. It's gonna take a while to get it like that. So pull this out. Slide this all the way. See your elbows here. This space needs to come out. There you go. Now push your head. Now rotate the shoulders. Now
to the right?
Flex your biceps. Yeah, I think it's your chest not pushing in. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Okay. My bad.
His chest is just far away, but
Yeah,
once
so
you get
roll your chest a little in too. Like so here.
Ooh, that one felt it. Yeah, like once you get there though, it's better. Like chest to back. Don't try to round. If there's space between your back and mine.
Yeah, I was going like that. Okay.
Yeah, so you want me
stick your chest out.
Because realistically, the position you're doing it is, we probably wouldn't do it. So that's probably part of my legs would really be in.
I was usually going to be like up against the.
Yeah, I'm just showing you because I'm being lazy, so I'm showing you sitting here. Realistically, you'd probably be like here trying to choke them.
Okay,
so I'd be here. I would rip this here. I was just lazy, so I didn't put my hooks in.
Yeah.
Sometimes I've done this shit so much, I just do the lazy version and forget, that's probably better to, when you're learning, doing it from the right position.
Yeah.
So here we go. So why don't you put your hooks in? So instead, go here. Put your feet inside. Here, go here. Pull the thing out. Now slide. Now rotate.
Oof, you good? Yeah. I thought it was just me.
No,
okay.
no, it's bad.
That leg should be in too. Yep. So now pull this. Slide. But you want this. You want this space pulled out. Now push your head in. Here. Now rotate. Yeah. Just really pull all this. You're here. You want it here.
It's like you're squeezing all the air out.
Yeah. You're taking all the space out before you squeeze.
Okay.
You ever do like medicine ball stuff? Like
Yeah, so you're suffocating.
Press the ball. So like don't pull your arm.
Yeah.
Compress over your chest. There's a ball. They're holding a ball here. Compress. Don't try to squeeze your arm. Squeeze your body around it.
Yeah. I get everything perfect before I even try to choke you.
Again?
Yeah. Do a couple of them. Don't those.
A couple.
Only a couple.
He's got a fight coming up.
Got shit else going on. So hook in.
Grab the hand. Remember, grab your own hand and pull it first. With this one. Yeah, now slide it. Yep, now put your head in, and now turn it.
Way better.
Yeah, that one looked good.
Way better.
See, that looked correct now.
So grab your hand.
You had the space out that time. You took the space out like I was telling you.
Okay.
Yeah, that one actually kind of.
That would actually put you out probably, huh?
I heard that woo.
You're like, oh shit.
Joe, you got a fight coming up, Chris.
You got long arms. It helps. That's fucking good.
It's better like that?
Well, I got big arms, so like with me, like it's a little bit harder because my forearms are too big. So you kind of feel how even when I get here, there's a little bit kind of like space to where I have to like dig hard to do it. Even then, there's still like a decent amount of space with my forearms. But guys that have like thin,
bony arms, yeah,
and blades, like dude, they
like mine.
You're designed. You're built good for chokes.
Blades, bro, when you get there, there's no hump there, so it's just on the fucking like artery. Like it's so bad. Like, it's so rough. But it's like you got long arms. These are more
for like Darces, for again. Those are more advanced than one of those now, but like all those, you're built for those.
You're fucking. Oh man, he would love a Darce. Like oh my god, that'd be ugly. Fucking giant limbs. Like,
right, shooting Darces, the Anacondas.
This is a lot of work.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
It's a huge learning curve that I have. I don't know what Mikey said. I don't know how he responded, but it's gonna be a lot. Wait, so someone tell me what he said exactly. Yeah, we'll see after. Team,
Hey,
tell me what he said.
He fights in 1FC. Maybe they get you out there and get a pro fight. 1FC is a big show in Asia.
How much time do you think I need to train?
A
year?
Yeah, I try to get some time realistically. Might be hard to get a year though if I'm trying to do the fight now.
Yeah. I got a lot to learn.
His jiu-jitsu skill level is so high. You know, you're not going to catch that.
He's the best in the world, right?
But there's but he's smaller than you, and he's not an MMA fighter. He's jiu-jitsu. It's a completely separate sport. So
just keep him at a distance.
Yeah, I mean it's easier said than done, but exactly what you want to do. He said he's not a big guy, but he is fucking really good at jiu-jitsu. Can we get a couple more of those chokes and then
yeah.
I'll hit like 2 more of those on me, and then I don't want to get choked too long.
Can we do kicks too?
Sure.
Can we do kicks too? I'm getting a little dizzy. I don't want to.
Get choked again.
Yeah, I'm good on that. You squeeze blood out of my lips like the one that he got
sorry,
there. It's like a balloon. Like it wasn't scratched. Like it's like crazy.
I think it's important people though they feel like how devastating they are. So I think some people underestimate them. They think
So
like,
I'll
just put my shoulders down.
No, it's bad. It's bad.
I've had guys open their mouth thinking that they're gonna bite me, and it's like, okay, I might have a bite mark in my hand, but you're gonna have a broken jaw. You know, and be passed out. That's a big mistake if guys do that. No.
Can we work on kicks a little? Or like knees?
Yeah. There's a bunch of different kicks. I don't know if you've done much or.
Not
kicking.
really, no.
Maybe we'll grab a little bag, like a kick bag to kick on. Yeah, kick shield probably. If you're just gonna kick, grab a kick shield.
Yeah.
Have you done like front kicks and stuff? Because those would be good for you.
No.
Because you have that range, you could be like, boom, right there.
Yeah.
Back one. There's the one I was showing you. There's just the straight leg.
Yeah.
So we can work through those.
Yeah, all of them.
Want the video?
Just tell me what he said.
Is that Mikey?
Oh, he declined?
He declined.
Okay.
You're not fighting Mikey. You guess you have to fight someone else.
He declined
it gives you time to train that way, because
Yeah.
with Mikey it'd be hard to push it off forever. But now you properly train for a fight.
But it's really funny. Like the reason that he declined it is because I said that I would need to talk to Mark Zuckerberg about Zionism, and he trains with Mark Zuckerberg, so he could just get it up. The reason he declined is because Mark Zuckerberg can't talk about Zionism.
Doesn't want that topic.
Got him in a trap. Like it's nothing that serious. I don't want any money. As long as I just get to spread the word about what's happening in Israel, I'll do the fight. No, I'll do it for free, wallahi. But Mikey can't talk about it, and Mark can't talk about it. There you go.
Guess it ain't happening.
It ain't happening. But let's kick. But we'll get another fight this year. Somebody who does want to speak about the truth.
So yeah, let's do a few. Let's start with some front kicks. So like, you'll be here. There's you do the front or the back. So the front one's like here, and then boom, right there. You can go to the head too, but generally it's gonna be easier to go right to the body. And the back one would be here. It's similar. I go here and I go bam right there. Just kind of a teep kick. You got blast in the stomach.
Right. And I'm not flexible either, so I think head kicks are kind of off the table for me.
Yeah. So just kind of go, just getting little. It's just like a little like bam.
Wait, sorry, what happened? Oh yeah, no problem. No problem.
Yeah, it's just a quick little. This one, there's different ways to throw them. You can try throwing power or jab. A lot of times this one's just like kind of like a little jab, and this one I like to go more power, like boom, try to knock the wind out of you.
Can you come in, Chris? Can you come in? I wanted like if you could watch the balls of my feet, pause.
Do you do these teep kicks, Chris, or not really?
What's that?
Do you do these teep kicks or not really?
I
think with his body, you figure, yeah, for him it would be good.
Fuck out of people, yeah. I will like.
There's not a kick I do all the time, but it's like, yeah, so it's
Yeah.
it's kind of like a jab. The front one, the back one's a little more power.
Back one, if you're doing back, I'm fucking getting you away from me.
It's like a car.
The thing about kicking a door in, everybody wants to like karate kick.
Yeah.
Like no, think about your fucking SWAT guy kicking a door in.
Yeah, especially for the back one. The front one's generally more bam.
That's a
stab
jab.
somebody. Like,
Yeah.
Like, get the fuck away from me.
Where are you?
I'm South.
He's South.
Okay.
But back one, kick a door in. So
Like-
pick it up to your chest first. So put your hand on my shoulder for balance. So pick it up to your chest first. Yep. So now as we do that, we're gonna push our hips forward, and we're gonna hit with the ball. We're gonna hit the ball of our foot. So no, up. Well, more so than
Watch it. Can you hit it, Chris?
Yeah. So I want to go up.
Oh yeah, see that fucking jarred me.
So it's two. So
When it hit, just like jarred my body that way.
Yeah.
Same thing like with the knee. The same thing that you learn a knee is that it's gonna be like think about you're a legionnaire, a Roman soldier holding. You pick your spear up, and then you move it. So you're not dragging it from here. Spear comes up, then it comes out. Up, out, up, out. Yeah. So up.
Yeah.
So aim it's okay to let your torso come back. You don't have to be here.
Yeah, you can get more power.
I can let my hips push forward, and if your torso comes back, it's fine.
Yeah, so that knocked me right back.
So, yeah, so now, instead of here, really push the door in. Like, kick a door in. Yeah, so
yeah, you fucking.
essentially kicking a door.
That's good. You're knocking me right back.
Yeah.
What do you think I can work on based on the visuals?
Just do more of them. Just do more. Yeah,
okay,
good.
And you got to maintain your balance. That was a little bit. Okay.
Use your arms. Watch. Use your arms. Right here. Watch my hands.
Yep.
Pushing my hips forward.
Okay.
If you, those are your counterbalance.
Yeah, that's where the weight.
That's going to help your balance to counter that motion.
I was off
You
center.
didn't lean enough in that one, I think, or something. Someone's off of that one.
Your chest.
Yeah, see how he's going back?
Throw too far back. Yeah, so
see how he's backward?
That's too much kicking a door in. That's exactly kicking the door in.
Yeah.
Now we're just here. Boom.
What you about to say, Jake?
But see how he's leaning?
Yeah.
He's like kind of leaning as he goes. So just a little more like a lean back.
But how do you maintain your balance? Okay,
So,
okay.
once again, pull your hands to your chest. So don't throw too far back. Hands up here. So we're going to get to a fight. Up. I'm pulling my hands to my chest. You see how you're letting your hands go back?
Yeah.
Trust your balance. Do it slow. Up. I don't want to be here because now I'm kind of throwing myself forward, and now if he moves at all, I've lost my balance. I want to be here.
Oh, okay.
Better. Keep your hands up. I'll help you balance. Yes! There, yes! That was great.
You're knocking me back.
That was your best
Oh, yeah,
one.
you're knocking me back.
So, yeah, target.
That's target, yeah. Target again.
So,
It's target.
don't let your hip turn. Yes, that's perfect.
That one felt good.
Yeah.
Watch your hands.
Yeah.
It's getting better. So your balance is getting good now. This is power.
Boy, it's better. Target. Do it slow. Yes.
That one was good.
So don't whip it. You see that one came from the floor?
Yeah.
Like, no. Like, say, go back to up and out. Yeah. So hands.
It's like here?
So yeah, so I don't want to.
It's like a little just like jerk.
Anytime I go here, if my hands come down, if anything goes wrong, I'm in such a bad position.
Oh, yeah.
That like he's just gonna, I'm gonna die no
Yeah,
matter
fact.
what. So instead of throwing that, sometimes you can throw one if you want. It doesn't really matter. I'm sorry. So I can throw my rear hand, but I want something in front of me and to act as a counterbalance.
Okay.
Better, yeah, like there. I push your hips forward. Balls
Good,
to
man.
the
You're
wall.
knocking me back.
Yeah, balls to the wall, hips forward. Yeah, there you go.
That one I can.
It's good. So you're knocking me back. There's power with those. Throw a few front ones too. Remember, the front one's more of a jab. It's fast, so it's not going to be quite as heavy.
Yeah, you can see that one coming a mile away.
But they still can work.
Yep.
That's why you can't do it over and over, the guys that start timing it. But that's why you want to mix punches, kicks, throw those in. You have a good body type for those front kicks. Up a little more, bam. So it's like here, and then bam.
It's funny, you're throwing it the same way you did the slap jab earlier.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a little pop kick.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's more just like, it's like a little like, you're not going to knock a guy out with it, but it hurts. Like, right in the stomach, keep me back.
Different tools. The question for you. Did you keep the door in with the front foot?
Your back foot.
Yeah, so your front foot's different tool, right? So different tool, different job. So I'm never gonna try to like off
Yeah,
my front
it's like a
foot,
snap.
it's bad mechanically. So like if we're here, I'm not gonna hit you, right? It's kind of stuck a little bit. So this would be the back foot, right? The front foot, different job. Come forward. Oof. Yeah, it's just I'm not here. I'm literally.
See, they kind of like he stabbed you.
It's a stab.
Your toes feel like rocks.
See how he's like stabbing you?
Because curl. So
You're stabbing.
foot up. Curl. No, you see your foot. Curl.
Oh, that way.
Yeah, so I don't want to drive in. I want to
Aye.
curl, curl my toes, ball the foot. So there, grab it. So yeah. So come on.
You're
fine. You're fine. So don't flatten. I want to drive my toes.
You literally want to use your toes as a.
Yeah,
So
it's the toe. You're stabbing them with the toe.
Start here, and like this part of my foot is what should be driving it.
Literally think you're like stabbing them with the toe.
So it's almost
what
like
the fuck?
But at the end, my foot comes up. So this gets me there, and then my toe kind of comes up. So the ball of my foot hits.
Kind of like how you rotate a punch right at the end.
Exactly.
Cool, because if I go drive like this, it's very stiff, right?
Yeah.
But this feels more natural. So as I get
see what
here,
you're saying.
boom,
Okay.
my toe comes up.
Oh, Jake, there's the turnover. It's that snap at the end, the pop.
It's a turnover.
You actually hit that perfect with the turnover.
So,
Yeah.
hold on, hit, then drop, yep.
It's kind of zesty. It's like a.
Yeah.
Still, we're here.
It's a little. It's like a pop. Yeah, it's a pop right there. Yeah. See how he stabbed you right there?
Yeah.
Stab, like it's
But these little things, like I said, it's like that. Like I was showing him that slap jab. Like I was showing him how irritating that little slap is. It knocks the. Because you do that too, right? You do that too, yeah.
Tap. I know Jake's the dick. He'll be like, by the way, like stop hitting me.
But it's like it irritates the guy. Same with this. It's like a dang,
It doesn't
dang.
have to knock you out, but if I'm here all the time.
Yeah, and then you look for something.
I can
big
see
or
myself
takedown
getting
or-
pissed off and then starting to throw like heavy after.
Oh yeah,
that.
if someone slaps you in the face, like the
Bro,
Diaz,
yeah,
bro,
yeah.
they'll literally slap you open hand.
Especially if you being tall with somebody's gonna be shorter than you, moving forward, everybody's gonna have to move forward on you. So as you move forward, tap.
They're gonna walk into that,
they
yeah.
step in hard to commit. Bam,
So if they're
I'm like,
walking
oh.
as you hit that, it's double of the. They're walking in right as you get there.
Okay.
So don't step, just pick it up. Boom.
Okay.
Just pick it up. Yeah, just pick it up.
Yeah, don't worry about stepping yet. Just boom.
So go to your stance. Yep. Bounce your toes. Just pick it up. Yep. Yeah, just pick it up. Boom. A little bit higher. Yeah. Relax.
I look stiff.
So just you're trying. You want it too bad? Just here.
Yeah.
Here, touch.
Yeah. See,
Right.
See, he's barely throwing it.
Swear
Bam.
he's a dancer, like low
Yeah,
key.
he's just.
No, yeah, boom. Yeah, just pick
So
it up.
the back one's the power one. This is just a touch.
Right.
So bam. Like I said, the slap. Bam.
Yeah, just slap him with it.
You want speed.
Slap him with your toe.
Yeah.
Fucking
It
Zohan,
comes.
bro, yeah, like fucking boom, just like fucking
Worry more about speed with this one, and the power will come with the speed.
It just feels so mean. Like this is such a dick
Yeah,
thing
right?
to do to someone.
Exactly. You want to piss the dude off, and I'm like, fuck you.
Stabbing with your toe. Okay.
Just pick it up. Yeah, just relax. Pick it. Trust yourself. There
Yeah.
we go. Yeah.
Yes, he's quicker now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pick it up. Yeah, just pick it up. Don't worry about pushing
Little higher, yeah.
You don't need as much hip here. Because it's more of a-
Just snap it.
Yeah,
just
this
snap
one's.
it.
You're not focused power. This one. It's just
So
that speed.
Because with your front leg, you're kind of following.
You just
forward.
slap him with the
Like,
toe.
Yeah, just stab it. I should be leaning back still. I should be keeping the same distance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that one was a
That was
stab.
better, but it feels so much weaker.
Exactly, but it doesn't matter though, doesn't it?
I'm not looking
Like
to do
watch me. You saw when he did it to you.
Like, do
It doesn't look hard.
Do it like, yeah.
Yeah, that was it right there.
Better than this. Like this, you're not trying to do damage. Different tools, different things.
I know it seems like counterintuitive what it should be, but they're different.
You're not trying to
because
do
this
damage.
one you are going through.
You see,
This one you're just going.
You move forward, boom. I don't have to throw 100%.
This is a
Dude,
piss him
will
off
get knocked-
weapon.
yeah.
Well, if you piss them off,
You
and
can knock
the
guys
thing
out
is,
here, too.
it
You
can
makes
knock 'em
me-
out?
It's not
if you
often,
hit
but it
solar
happens.
plexus, it will happen.
If he walks right into
If
it.
I hit you here,
Bye.
like you'll stop.
Yeah.
I don't care what you're doing, you'll stop. Like,
Solar plexus? What the fuck is that?
So there's essentially like if you go just under like nipple line where your abs, top of your abs are.
Yeah.
Solar plexus.
Yeah, if you walk right
hit
the
the solar
first time,
plexus,
yeah.
it feels like you're having a stroke. Like, your heart stops beating. Shit goes
Have you been
weird.
knocked out from that before or ever?
It just,
No, but it hurts.
Out, but it stops.
It
You
hurts,
see
yeah.
people, like,
Ooh, I'll knock the wind out of you.
Yeah.
Well, you ever get dropped in your chest and like
Yeah.
someone hits you in the chest? That's your solar plexus.
Yeah.
Where you're like, oh shit, I can't breathe.
It's the liver's the worst, and then the solar plexus is next.
This sport is brutal.
Fuck yeah, it
Jesus
is.
Christ, man.
I don't know why the fuck we did this for a living.
That was good, right?
Yeah, what you guys are insane to do this.
I don't know what the fuck we were thinking.
When you get an accountant job,
I should
or
have been YouTubing.
yeah, bro.
That
it's
wasn't
so
an
much
option when I
easier.
was a teenager.
Right.
I'm supposed to be a lawyer.
Wait, how do you go from being a lawyer to a fighter?
I was in school. Sounds like fucking a kid. All I did was like, like in like third grade, everybody's playing football and shit.
Yeah.
I'm still playing Power Rangers by myself on the fucking things. All I want to do is fight. I was in school, I was gonna be a lawyer. And then one day I'm like reading this book with my professor. It's like, you know what? I'm just gonna leave. I never went back. Okay.
Yeah, right.
I was just trained full time. I never went back.
How did you end up as a fighter? What were you supposed to do, Jake?
I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was in college wrestling, met Chuck Liddell, and started training, and
remember,
dropped out of school and got hooked. It's like, fuck college, I want to fight.
Right? That's
Yeah,
pretty
same
much
shit,
it.
yeah.
That's what college
I'm like,
was
I went and sparred Chuck. I'm like, whoa, this is way better.
Yeah,
Well, it sucked.
it's
He
way
fucking,
more cool.
he knocked me out with a liver shot the first day
You
sparring.
knocked you out
but-
sparring?
Yeah, because we were, I was kind of a punk, so I deserved it. Because we were like sparring, right? And he comes like hard in the liver. He goes, boom. And I go like here, thinking Chuck was going to go light on me. But the exact opposite. When he saw it, he comes over and just goes, bam, like 3 shots. Just
3 in the liver.
And he's like, don't fucking ever show you're hurt. But I remember that lesson.
Don't ever fucking show you're hurt.
Don't show Chuck you're hurt. I never showed him again.
Why? Because he kept hitting that hurt spot?
Yeah, he went right to the same hurt spot. Fuck. I thought he was going to go light on me because I'm like, I was here like, oh, I'm hurt. And he comes
you're a new guy,
He comes and just goes, bam, bam, right in the fucking liver. I'm like, fuck.
Why were you a dick? Like, why do you think you deserved it?
I was just trying to go hard on him. Thinking like, oh, I'm going to fuck Chuck up.
Yeah.
Didn't go so well.
Yeah, you'll learn.
Like on day one, I'm like, oh, I'm going to get this. Yeah, if you come in new and you try to like fight one of the top dudes in the gym, you're going to get fucked
Someone's
up.
going to humble you.
Yeah. That's just gym etiquette. I was new to it. That's how you learn it. Yeah, just flick. Pop.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, this is an
Yeah,
actual
stab me.
karate kick for your head.
Yep.
Yeah, good.
Yep. Now back one. Remember the back one's power.
Yep.
The back one's through it.
Arms.
Yeah, you're right. My bad.
Yeah. Hey, all right.
Yep.
Way better.
Oh, these are good. So you got these now. No, got them, but you have a slight. Starting to see them now.
Mikey.
Got the front kick. Nice. See, that's good.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's getting way more fluid now. Now throw the front one again. Yep, a little more, little higher with the knee. Bam. So bring the knee all the way up first, then kick it. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah, and you also could add a side one. Again, this
That's
one's
the Joe Rogan spin kick, right?
The spin one's different.
Yeah.
The spinning's more step. I would just do this one first, just a little tap. Yeah, see right there. That was good. Yep, it's kind of like a jab too. It's like stab to knock me back. And you mix it now, mix the 3. The back one,
yep.
Just kind of hit whichever one you feel like on your own terms. Yep, nice. Yeah, so you keep me distance now. Yep. Nice. Yeah, you're just feeling good.
Yeah.
So I think you're picking up the good. And you mix in, you start mixing the kick, so it's bam, 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 bam. See, it all starts mixing.
Yeah.
So you got a good body type for striking, so you're built perfect for spurt.
So try to avoid takedowns as much as possible to stay striking.
If you're going to do MMA, you got to learn both. So you don't have a bad build for grappling either. It's just going to, some guys are maybe stronger sometimes in the clinch and shit. It's your weight because they're going to be like shorter and more stocky. And you're going to have the advantage of the range.
Yeah.
But you have advantages, some things you have on the ground too. They're just different. Mm-hmm. So like you have longer arms, they're good for choking. Long legs, good for choking. Everything you have to adjust to your style. So you're not going to, certain moves will work for you and other people and vice versa.
Yeah.
So.
And then I want to bring in these two,
Yep, the round, there's the one I showed you this side, roundhouse? Or there's just the straight one, the roundhouse.
Leg kick is just here?
Yeah, the leg kick. So there's a bunch of kicks. So here's like the liver roundhouse, the straight back one here, there's the leg, then there's the calf, there's the inside calf. So there's a bunch of variations, you know?
Yeah.
These are...
you still look like you could compete.
I stay in shape. I train all the time with these guys, but haven't competed in a while. Yeah. I maybe would again. We'll see.
We'll see?
We'll see. I train with these pros all the time still.
Yeah.
So I enjoy it.
You don't seem retired. Like I'm surprised. I was looking at
I just kind of mentally lost focus more than physically, I think. It's a lot. I mean, I fought professionally like 20 years, so I kind of just got burnt out.
Yeah.
So I'm like sitting there like, you get a point like, why are you doing this?
What do you think is the main thing that burnt you out? Like the pressure, cutting, fight week?
Cutting the weight, the pressure of the fights. So, I'd already accomplished a lot too, and it starts being, okay, why am I doing this? I've already had so many big fights, and you're sitting there just doing fight after fight, and you're kind of like, hey, what's the point? I'm still healthy. I had a 20-year pro career. Is it really worth it? You're really just fighting for the money, and if you're just fighting for the money, it's that's when you get hurt, I think.
And you didn't need it at that point. You were able to invest properly?
Exactly, yeah. Luckily, I was investing money, so I was making it. So you always want more money, but I'm also comfortable where I don't really have to work.
Do you drink?
I do a little bit. Not like heavily, but I like to drink occasionally.
When you were fighting, were you drinking and partying?
Never before I would always 2 months before the fights at least quit. So after the fight, I'd go fucking rage. But
yeah.
So I'd go through phases where I'd party, but I would always like cut it off, so it wasn't like out of control.
How much cardio are you doing?
I mean, there's so many different types of cardio. So just the grappling's cardio, the sparring's cardio. I'd be running on top of it. It's just but there's so many types of cardio you're doing. The lifting. So.
Do you think this was a decent workout so far or no? Like how heavy?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's not that hard of a cardio workout, but it's a good technical.
Yeah.
If you want, we can blast some hard kicks.
Can we? Yeah.
If you want to, sure.
I'm down.
And we could do like you could do like some kick and like in between. If I say sprawl, just kind of like jump your hip. So that's if I shoot, right? So if you shoot on me, like if you go to shoot, just go to like take a takedown.
Okay.
So you want to get good at sprawling. So I go like here. See how I sprawl? So a good way to mimic this is just here. You throw the shoe. I throw the hip to the ground. I throw the front leg, goes to the ground, right? Boom.
Oh, to take down the takedown.
It's to stop my takedown. So drop your front leg. So go like here. Take this leg straight backwards. Boom. Yeah, go a little more sideways. You went kind of straight with your hips. Kind of bring this hip to the ground. See how my legs are kind of bent?
Yeah.
Instead of right here. Because this is a weaker position than this. Because this is, I want my leg grinding on your hip. So if you're shooting realistically, what I'm mimicking is this. Then I go side, I grab my leg and try to pull my leg up. See how you're riding my weight? Yeah. If I'm here, see there's not much weight on me. Now here you're riding on my weight.
And so my hands are going for your head when I'm doing this? When I'm sprawling?
Yeah. Or you push my shoulders, grab my head. There's different variations. So just straight that leg back. Yeah, that's better. So I might mix a few of those in with your kicks to put round timer on maybe.
One more time, chat. How's it look? Ready?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, let me grab a round timer. I'll make you over 5 minutes. Maybe put the gloves on so you punch too.
Yeah, I can use my phone. You need a timer?
Yeah, so maybe do a 5 minute, put the gloves on. There's a timer right there. We put that on so I won't pay attention to the phone. I'll put this timer on right here.
Okay. All right, I haven't looked at chat at all. How you guys doing? What's up, guys? LMAO, what is bro doing? Flop like a fish, retard co. Okay, fish co. Looks good, but mine's better. Okay, you guys are just gonna fucking hate on me. Bro, this looks goofy, fish co. JQ wall grapple, oh my God. What's up, guys? What's up, Love Speech? I didn't even do a roll call. How's the stream going so far? We didn't even start I got an interview. There's a lot that I want to ask Jake. Fall down call. They're all making fun of they said that I look like a fish.
I mean, probably been training, you're doing good.
Yeah, okay.
All right, we'll just do one round, then we'll knock out a round, push your cardio, and then we could do a little cool down and hit an interview or something.
Great.
So you ready?
Perfect.
Put the gloves on. We'll start right now.
Let's do it.
Because I'll start it before I come in.
I'm learning a lot, I'm not gonna lie. You guys feel like if you lock in, there's a lot of value you could take from Jake so far. Been learning quite a bit. All right, 5 minutes, 30 seconds. This is the year.
All right, start with a kick. Kick again. 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 Sprawl. All the way down, all the way down, all the way down. All the way down, all the way down. Sprawl, sprawl. Yep, back up. Jab. Jab. 1, 2. Kick. 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 Front kick. Yep, again. Back. Back. Roundhouse. Roundhouse. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again.
What's 4? Uppercut?
Just go all straight for this one because it's weird with these fucking things. All right, good for it. Sprawl. Sprawl all the way. Like jump down, down. Yep. Back up, back up. Sprawl. Jab. Jab. Double jab. Kick. 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 Move, move. Front kick. Front kick. Jab. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 10 straight punches. Pop, 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 quick. Shoot, take me down. Take me down. Keep me down, keep me down, keep me down. Go ahead, ground pound, ground pound. Hit me a little bit. Get on your knees, get your balance is bad. Get there, yeah, there you go. Right there, yep. Get up, get up, get up. Shadow boxing, shadow boxing.
He already got me.
Move, moving, shadow boxing, shadow boxing. Yep. Five kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 front kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back kick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Straight punches. Take me down. Take me down. Beat me up. Ground pound, ground pound. Your legs need to be square, square. Go on your knees. Like, yeah. Go ahead, you hit me. Uh-oh. Get up, get up. Up, go. Up.
Push, there we go. More, up. Come on.
Up. Chin down. Shadow boxing. There you go. Yep, get your wind back, nice. Front kick. Back. Kick. Back kick. Yep, again. More power. Yeah. Stab me in the front one. Yep. Kick. Sprawl, all the way down. Down, leg down. Yep, up. Sprawl again. Sprawl. Yep. Jab. 1, 2. 1, 2. You got 40 seconds. Kick. 10 kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Quick. Speed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Power. Hard. You're almost done. Power. More power. Front kick power. Back kick. Power. Yep, again. Again. Time. Good work. Just tiring, huh?
Thank you.
5 rounds. We do a title fight.
Good work, man. Good work.
Yeah, the grappling a little different, right? You're not used to that. It's like, oh fuck.
Never done that in my life.
It's a different cardio system than the striking.
Completely. Takes a lot out of you.
The worst thing is like sprawling trying to get up.
Yeah, it sucks.
Sprawling, get up. I'm just like thinking about it. Like, I don't really want to.
I got to do more burpees. Shit, how was that? Is there water in here?
Good question.
Yes and no.
I got some in here. There's a little left in here.
That's like that, thanks. That's good. Whew.
Yeah, that's tiring, right?
I'm okay.
Not too bad. Yeah.
I'm okay. I need to work on my cardio more, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, that was my pace. You got that round fine.
What are you saying?
He's gonna get more used to the grappling.
You quit smoking? I don't smoke. 4 more rounds, kid? Fuck you, man.
Oh yeah, right. Like, oh shit. What
We
do
just
we
did
do?
an hour
Oh,
and a half
too
of
bad.
technical shit.
I had no idea that was lying. That's like, oh, like,
Yeah, we're live.
Yeah, I don't know this live stream shit. I'm not used to it.
Thanks, bro. Good luck in your fight. How do you train cardio?
for me, a lot of running, conditioning circuits, sparring.
I bucked up. You need to work on that.
That was perfect. No, I mean if we're gonna fight, there's no better cardio than fighting.
Did you run on the bike? Mofsar. I don't know if you know how Mofsar ever was.
Yeah.
He was telling me to use that bike thing.
The assault bike?
Yeah.
Right here. Have you done one?
I have. I did it last night.
Yeah, assault bikes are yeah. We're doing like pure cardio, assault bikes are gonna be a friend and an enemy.
Shit, you fly Monday, huh?
Yeah, we go there.
I'm trying to figure out if I can go to Canada or not. 'Cause I'm gonna go if I can get in.
I think you're allowed to. Like,
I think so,
ask
yeah.
Lance. Scotty, my manager. I'll ask him. I'll ask Lance. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure you're allowed to, but like,
Yeah,
he's my
I think so.
lawyer.
I just want to make sure. I don't want to show up there and then fucking get sent home.
I'll ask Lance. I'll text you later. I'll ask Lance. We'll see what he says.
Yeah, because got like a fucking Brent's taking a private jet up there, so I got a free flight if I fucking. That makes it way nicer.
Hold on a second.
I'm sweating a little bit.
Yeah, I'm still gonna go on a run after the stream. I'm gonna go on a run tonight while everybody's gambling in the casino.
Yeah, running is a great way to build freaking cardio.
Yeah,
That's the stuff a lot of fighters don't want to do, but that's the extra you got to do.
How often do you run?
Now I haven't run that much because I fucked my knee up bad last year. I haven't started running again since I fucked it up. I might start running again because it's been better.
This knee?
Yeah, I fucking blew it out pretty good.
What happened?
I tore my ACL and
Damn.
meniscus. I was supposed to get a surgery, but I skipped it
You ever get staph?
a couple times. It's been years
Yeah.
though. I've had it
You
in years,
too?
but it's bad. Yeah.
Was it like a few weeks ago?
I think I've built a
Shit.
community to it now, but that's just terrible. Have you got it?
No.
Oh,
How do I
Okay.
prevent it? I don't want that.
go shower right away.
Okay.
Shower as soon as you can. And,
Soap up, good. Yeah.
If you have any cuts or like scratches,
Don't pick at things either.
Yeah, don't
I
pick
think because people will start picking at them, it turned into staph. That's what happened when I got it. I had like
You have
something, I started
calluses.
picking at it, and then it turned into a staph.
You'll get like a pimple.
I think people give themselves staph because they'll like pick at it and then it turns into it.
Oh, fuck.
That's what happened. Right. Well, once I got in Thailand, I think it was Thailand's so toxic. But by the time I got it in the U.S., I was picking at it and then fucking turned into staph. So I'm like, I think I gave myself staph.
Yeah, Thailand will do it.
I've noticed people do that. They'll always pick at things and they always get staph.
How long are you running for?
I'll probably do 2 miles and then go on the bike for like until I can't anymore.
Yeah.
That's usually that's lame.
No, it's
Hey, any
Okay.
run's good.
no, it's good. I mean, how often do you run? Before?
I just started like 2 weeks, like a
Yeah,
week.
bro, 2 miles is great. Like,
Yeah?
You just started. Like, 2 miles is fucking.
And that's just like a warm up after boxing or before boxing.
Dude, if you're gonna do bike, I wouldn't go until you can't go anymore because you're starting out. So like, if you're planning on fighting, it'll be what, 3-minute rounds probably.
Yeah.
So start working out to start your new. The time to fight. So on the bike, do 3-minute rounds.
Do it as rounds. Okay.
And do it as inside that round. Do Bobby style, like do 30 seconds of work, 30 seconds off. Like 30 seconds, like what, just go. Then 30 seconds hard.
Yeah.
Then 30 seconds hard, and then 30 seconds off. Then 30 seconds hard, and then 30 seconds off. That'll start building your lactic capacity. And once you get that up, the aerobic capacity up, you can start going for longer and harder.
Yeah.
If you try to go balls out, starting out, like, how often, before these last 2 weeks, how often did you work out?
A couple times a week.
Yeah, so you got, like, how often are you working out hard?
Not even.
Yeah, so you gotta, like, build.
Yeah, you don't want to totally fuck your body up.
Yeah,
you gotta build up to that.
Don't fuck yourself, like, the first week.
Okay. Interview. I need let me go pee real quick.
There's a bathroom right around the corner there.
Through this door. Through this door. You can go that way, but it's easier. Through this door, hang it right when you go through the door.
Jake, you still got enough time?
Good to meet you.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Hey, I'm out here. Good to meet you.
Great to meet you, bro.
Have
Yeah,
fun.
no, I don't have to
Good
rush.
luck.
I don't have to rush anywhere today, so I'm good.
Alright, I'm gonna go home and eat fun.
Cool. Hopefully, you'll be here Monday.
What?
Are you here Monday or you take off?
I think we leave Monday morning, so I got my last rounds tomorrow. I got 3 rounds tomorrow. There's conditioning, and then I'm done.
Hopefully, I see you up there because I'll be in the fights tomorrow. So
As soon as Lance calls me, I'll message you and see what he says.
yeah, if he says,
I'm pretty sure like it's fine.
yeah, I just want to make sure before.
Sure.
I had a couple people say I think you can, but no one's been like, oh, you definitely can. It's like, fuck. So I've actually been sent back from Canada before. That's why I'm like extra cautious about it.
That's it, man.
I've been rejected before. Like, nope.
I think we reached our black person limit once in Canada. That's what the fight
They've crossed it, yeah.
Me and Paul Daly on the same card. They made
Oh, yeah.
both of our passports.
Both of you guys?
I've got nothing on my record. I'm like, what happened?
Yeah.
They blocked mine and Paul Daly. I was like,
Daly probably has a record, but you.
Although I'm not Paul Daly. We're gonna look alike. Like,
Yeah, maybe they. Yeah, that's fucked up.
I was so sorry. All right, I've been ignoring my lady and
Cool.
kids. I'll see you, Jake. That was fun to
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah, I'll see
Go home
you.
like 2 hours ago.
Hopefully, I'll be up there in Toronto.
Yeah. I'll hit you up as soon as I hear from
Cool.
Lance. Good to meet you, bro.
Good luck on your fight.
Oh, thanks.
It seemed like the cops and everything came over. You're
What's that?
still here.
Oh yeah, it doesn't look like it's busy. I think we probably could do it here unless something big busy happens. I don't fucking know.
Yeah,
There isn't upstairs if it gets busy, but
if it gets busy, we can move. I think we're
I
good.
think here's fine, right? You could,
Have fun.
Hey, take it easy. Good luck, Chris. Bro is done. Sneako's getting fucked up by someone 20 years older than him. Bro, we're sparring. Wasn't even sparring. Bro didn't know what to do. What are you talking about? Asking for hamstring and ACL stretches. Yeah, we could do that. But we stretched a lot with Mobstar. I really wanted to work at like technical stuff today. My knee is fucked up. That sprawling shit I really got to work on, bro. Sprawling shit I really got to work on. You guys are giving me a lot of W's for a stream that just got started. This is just the prelim. I was literally just doing this and wanted to work out with the UFC fighter. We got to talk to Jake. I want to figure out. He talks a lot about geopolitics. Prayers for Yemen. Yemen's getting bombed by the U.S. as of yesterday. Yeah, we really got to talk. We really got to talk. Check Mikey IG. Okay, fine. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it. What do you say?
Alright, so obviously Sneako doesn't want to fight me. Adding in all these stupid stipulations he knows will never happen. Typical bully. They talk and they talk, beyond the safety of their screen, or even in the bathroom, recklessly, and they never face consequences. There's so many people out there like him.
One stipulation, one condition. I'm not getting paid. You're a world champion, and this was my first time ever training. I want to speak to Mark Zuckerberg for an hour about Zionism. Bring that part up. Don't say that's a bunch of stipulations. You spar with him. You speak to him regularly. Let me have a conversation with him. I'm going to live stream it. That's it. It's not all these stipulations. I'm not asking for like weight things. I'm asking for conditions. I'm not asking for any clauses. I'm just saying I want to speak to your sparring partner, Mark Zuckerberg, live on a stream, and then I'll do MMA with you. Don't try to lie. You're going to call me a bully. This is fair.
There's so many people out there like him. My goal here was to stand up to a bully. Kids, get yourself into Muay Thai or Jiu-Jitsu so you can learn self-defense and you don't have to deal with idiots like Sneako.
You want to see it?
Didn't talk shit or what? See.
Alright, so obviously Sneako doesn't want to fight me. Adding in all these stupid stipulations he knows will never happen. Typical bully. They talk and they talk, beyond the safety of their screen, or even in the bathroom, recklessly, and they never face consequences. There's so many people out there like him. My goal here was to stand up to a bully. Kids, get yourself into Muay Thai or Jiu-Jitsu so you can learn self-defense and you don't have to deal with idiots like Sneako.
Okay. Let me ask you honestly. Yeah. Wait, you sit here. Can you let Jake sit here?
Should I chill here? What's the...
Yeah, you sit here. I'll grab the shirt for you. Do you think that's a stupid condition? I'm bringing this for him.
I mean, because realistically, Mark Zuckerberg's not going to be able to won't agree to do it. So in some sense, I can see his point, you know.
But why do you think Mark Zuckerberg can't talk about Zionism?
He just won't, you know.
He won't.
It's not that he can't, because he
won't.
You do.
That's your Twitter's entertaining. I've been following you for like over a year and a half.
Yeah.
Like when you were going through the I'm going to fight 10 trannies thing.
Oh, yeah.
The Greta Thunberg.
Amazingly, I couldn't find 10 of them to fight me.
Yeah.
The offer still stands if 10 of them want to fight me, but I don't think that's going to happen.
I would love to see that. But why do you think that you could talk about Zionism? Because that, like, everybody wants to talk about that now, especially after like October 7th, everything happening in Israel-Palestine. This is what people want to hear about, and the more they keep like dodging it, the more people are going to want to figure it out.
I think people realized that's who holds all the power. I mean, I didn't realize how much power they hold, but you started seeing how they control in the U.S. government. APAC, they pay all of every single one of our politicians.
98% of their endorsed politicians win the election.
Mm-hmm. And you see guys like the Epstein. It looks like everyone, you know, if you look at all the evidence, like the Mossad operation. It wasn't
just
politicians.
You think Epstein worked for Mossad?
Almost certainly. If you look at the connections, it's all like, you know, Ghislaine Maxwell's dad was a Mossad agent. The guy who funded him was the Israeli government. Even like
Robert Maxwell and Les Wexner.
Even like Alan Dershowitz, he said, you know, he served the Israeli government and he brought Epstein to Israel. Like every aspect is like Zionist. And they weren't just bringing politicians, they were bringing the head of Google I just saw was out there. It was all the big businessmen they're after. So they're after information. They're not just after politicians. They want to control the narrative.
So why do you think Mark Zuckerberg can't talk about it? Do you think that he was compromised at Epstein's Island? Do you think that he is just as active Zionist?
Yeah, it's hard. I don't know enough about Mark Zuckerberg, so I don't want to say it for sure. But you know,
the name's kind of telling.
He is Jewish, but I don't think it's fair to say every Jew is in on it. That's the problem.
Right.
You know, we need to be careful not to be like, oh, he's Jew.
There's a difference between Judaism and Zionism.
Yeah, I mean, I think unfortunately it's more of them than I would like. Kind of go with the narrative, you know. But even if they're maybe not ultra Zionist, a lot of times they'll kind of go with their people. I've noticed they'll kind of just not want to go against them.
So why didn't you do that? Why don't you just go with the grain like everybody else? It's very rare that I see somebody with your platform talk about it. Like there's like a handful of people, and we know all of them. Like Ryan Dawson will speak about it.
It is a hard issue to speak about because see how they've canceled guys like
me.
Completely destroy people.
White.
Yeah. Like I didn't realize you got wiped out till you mentioned that. But like I know the first guy, Nick Fuentes.
Yeah, I didn't
really know much about him until recently. I just hear, you hear he's so terrible.
He's a white supremacist. They lie and they spread lies about your name when you speak about it. They try to slander you. They cancel you and then they ruin your reputation so you can't speak for yourself.
Yeah, so it makes it hard for anyone to speak anything. Because exactly, they'll get you canceled and they'll call you a white supremacist Nazi, even if you're not white.
Yeah, like I'm actually part Jewish too. My dad's half black. You know, my mom's Asian. There's no way that I could be a white supremacist.
But they probably call you that anyways.
I get that every day. Were you always like aware? Were you always a noticer?
Not like a little bit, but not to the level it was. I knew they had like a little too much control, but not the level of it. Seeing the level of like, damn, the conspiracy theories are really true. But again, it's not. I think part of it you need to be careful how you word it because it's not like the Jews control the world. It's an aspect of it's like an organized crime syndicate that's ran by Jewish people.
Right.
So it's not, all Jews are in on it. There's just a highly organized syndicate of them, and there's a lot of guys that kind of go along without even realizing they're going along with it, probably.
What do you think? What do you think holds most people back? Like, I'm gonna be honest right now, like, because you're friends with Joe Rogan, right?
Yeah.
He was speaking about that situation with Mikey yesterday, and I don't think that he would ever have a conversation about. I don't know if he'd be up for that, but. Is it the advertisers? Like, do you get a call specifically? Like,
I think it's the bunch of things. Fear of getting called anti-Semitism, the getting canceled, the fact that you see so many guys that do speak about it. Some of these agencies are canceling people, firing them. They work hard to get you fired. They actively went after trying to cancel all my income. Luckily, everyone that works for me is loyal. But everyone that I've worked with, they track down. I mean, I don't really make it public most of the work I do. They track down everyone I work with, sending them all kinds of things, saying I'm a Nazi. And I do a lot of business with a Jewish guy even. Mm-hmm. They're sending him shit. Luckily, he's loyal and told these guys to get fucked. He's like, I don't care if he's an anti-Semite. He's good to me. Go fuck yourself.
What type of business can you say?
I usually don't talk about all the business I do, honestly, because it's the more people know. Unless it's beneficial to make shit public, I don't like to make it public.
Because then they can take advantage of it.
Exactly. So I only make shit public if it benefits me. Otherwise, it's better to keep it private.
Right.
But the fuckers did a great job of like tracking everyone down. I had a bunch of I did a seminar tour with Nate Diaz right when I first started speaking out against it, and they sent, I think I was doing like 5 seminars. Every single seminar, they sent tons of, they have like 50 people call and send emails, so it looks like a lot of people think it, but really it's not. It's just an organized group.
Right.
One of those seminars actually did cancel me, but then I was able, within an hour, got another seminar right in the same area. And the rest of them, luckily, jiu-jitsu is for the most part, believes in free speech. So the guys are like, no, we're
fighting
keeping
community
them.
is pretty based.
Yeah, and I randomly had 3 of the seminars were at Muslim gyms.
Yeah.
That wasn't on purpose. It was funny timing. I didn't even know that until like they were getting the messages.
3 back-to-back in Muslim gyms?
It was 5 gyms, and 3 of them happened to be Muslim gyms. And I didn't even know that when I set them up. But then when they were getting the messages, and they're like, "Don't worry, we're not going to cancel you. We agree with what you're saying."
Yeah, we're on your side.
Yeah.
Are you interested in Islam? I saw you tweet things like Muslims would defend when Jesus getting disrespected a lot by the Satanists that run the media, by the Satanists that are in the hip hop industry and all that. Muslims don't stand for that type of disrespect whatsoever. Like, I'm wondering, I've seen you kind of a lot of your belief systems kind of align with mine, and that's why.
Yeah, no, I definitely like Islam. I have a lot of Muslim friends. I like that they don't get pushed around. Like, I like Christianity too, but the guys have let themselves get pushed around and mocked too much, and Islam doesn't do that. I think a lot of people, they have this narrative that's been spun by the media, by the Zionists, that Muslims are terrorists and all this, but in reality, you've been to those countries, the hospitality's massive, they all have big family networks, they take care of each other. I've been in Islamic countries. People invite me to their home for tea.
They're so hospitable.
Yeah. So people, people online are telling me like, "Oh, Muslims hate you. Why are you treating this?" Like, I've actually been to these countries. They don't hate me. They love me. They treat me great. So
why do people say that you hate Muslims?
No, people telling me, "Oh, Muslims hate you. Why are you defending
because
them?"
you're white in America.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They don't understand that that's not the case.
I think Islam fixes like the race problem. It's like the most unifying ideology that I've come across.
Yeah, Malcolm X, after he went to Mecca,
he stopped being a black supremacist, a black nationalist.
Whatever he was, yeah.
And that's why I went to Mecca, was for the same reason. I was really. But you're going to Saudi Arabia soon, right?
Yeah, going there, corner one of my fighters next month.
What do you got going on there? Someone's got to fight?
Cornering guy Javed Basharat. He's a really good 35-pounder I train. His brother's fighting tomorrow. And they're going to Mecca after, so if I convert, I'll go with them.
Yeah, you have to convert to go. It's funny because he's Christian, my filmer, and like he couldn't even go. He was able. We went to Saudi.
I would love to go to Mecca, but it's like
it's the best place in the world. It's genuinely like the best experience I've ever had.
That's what my friends would say. I said it was awesome.
So you believe in God?
Yeah, I believe in God. I'm not. It's just hard to become religious. I think when you're not raised religious, because I believe in God for sure. It's just like hard to like make that transformation into religion. And it's like, would I become a Christian or Muslim if I did? I don't know.
Right.
I can't become a Jew. They rejected me.
You tried?
Well, I wanted to call everyone anti-Semite. They didn't like me, so I tried becoming a Jew. And
you actually tried to become a Jew?
Well, I just wanted to be. If anyone was
Wait, are you serious?
I mean, I asked like how online, like who would help convert me, and they told me to get fucked. Wouldn't it be great? You could be like, oh, you're an anti-Semite. You don't like me.
Yeah. Wait, what's the process of becoming a Jew? I heard that like it's pretty much an ethnicity. I think a lot of people have this misconception
I think it's pretty much ethnicity. Yeah.
It is like your mom has to be Jewish for you to be Jewish, and they don't want you to. If you read the Talmud, they don't want you to marry people of different ethnicity. They want you to only marry other Jews.
Yeah.
Islam, it doesn't matter. You don't need to be born Arabic. It has nothing to do with any race. Judaism is an ethnicity, and people don't know that.
They try to keep it a race. Yeah, you can't. I think you can marry a Jew and you can kind of become a Jew, but they make it very difficult.
They don't
really want you. Yeah, they're kind of like,
yeah. Wait, so what was that like trying to become a Jew?
They just told me to get fucked. So I couldn't become a Jew. It's like, you can't become a Jew. I'm like, I thought it was religion. Because when you say it's a race, they're always like, it's religion. I'm like, okay, I want to come one. They're like, no. Like, I'm confused. Is it a race or religion then?
So who said no? Like a rabbi?
Just all the Jews online.
Oh, okay.
I was just online trying to become a Jew, and I got rejected by all the Jews.
When was this?
Like a year ago or something. I think someone was calling me anti-Semite, so I decided to become a Jew. It didn't work.
What do you think about do you see the tunnels?
It's fucking weird. I don't know. I can't say for sure if something terrible was going on there, but it's a little weird.
What does your intuition say?
Probably something bad was going on there.
Yeah.
Especially that sect seems really weird. They're like, there's some fucking weird, like, it's like a certain sect to the Hasidic even.
Yeah, Hasidic, I don't even know what it is. But all the world leaders go to that specific synagogue.
Exactly.
The Clintons were in that synagogue where the tunnel
Obama, the Clintons, I've seen that. That's weird.
Literally in that exact synagogue. It's very funny.
And there's one with the guy who used to run, I think he died now, telling Netanyahu to speed up the process of the second coming.
Yeah.
It's like, and Netanyahu was like, yeah, I will. It's like, that's a little scary.
Yeah.
Now we have wars breaking out. Like some of these fuckers, who knows, they might be trying to push a world war on us.
Are you in support of Palestine?
I mean, yeah. I mean, not in all aspects, but definitely over Israel. I mean, I'm not going to like go and fully say I support Hamas, but I understand. I mean, if you're fucking You know, that's what guys are like, oh, disavow Hamas, disavow Hamas. Like, what are they supposed to do? I never support killing innocent civilians, so I'm not going to say I would support that. But it's people try to make it like it's so simple. These guys have basically had their land stolen. I think the more research I did, the more fucked up I realized it was. Because I've actually been to Israel a couple times and stuff before. Yeah. When I was over there, is when I had friends over in West Bank one time. They were trying to get me to come meet them over there, and the Israeli guys wouldn't let me go. They're just like, oh, it's filthy animals over there. You're going to get killed. That's when it kind of woke me up. Like, I should have just gone on my own, but the guys are basically refusing to like take me and let me go over there. I wish I could have gone and seen how they were treated and shit. Because you watch, I think what really wakes a lot of people up, if you find about the settlers, because most people don't know about the settlers. Once you see that,
what is that?
There's 650,000 Israelis, a lot of them from America. They come in and move into the West Bank, which is Palestinian land, and they come there and just take their homes. And they try to make their lives as uncomfortable as possible. So they go around harassing people, cutting down their trees, like pushing people, coming in with guns and checkpoints. Because the Palestinians can't have guns, but the Jewish people do. So even the land that's considered, they've already taken most of the land, but the land's still supposed to be Palestinian, they go in there and they're taking more land. So they're planning on basically, a lot of these guys come from Brooklyn and shit. They go in there, they kick a Palestinian family out of their home, take their home, and then they also go around harassing people. Donald Trump, there's a thing when he goes there, an old interview, he goes, oh, Netanyahu doesn't want to make a deal.
Yeah.
He realized when he went there.
You've been a Trump supporter for how long?
I think they're like shutting it down. Everything's perfectly fine.
Well, they're shutting what down?
I don't know. Everyone's saying Mossad attack, bro.
Because it was, I don't know the history.
That's fine.
Not filming?
It's fine. Mossad attack.
Weird.
What's happening?
They're saying that it's disconnected, but
oh, really?
No, it's fine.
Everybody was standing up.
Yeah, it's fine. Oh no. Oh no, I think we're back. We're back. Yeah, Jake's cooking right now. I saw you get. So we're good. Can you just keep paying attention? I saw you kind of get like go through, like wake up on Twitter publicly. I saw you slowly start to like, oh, this Nick Fuentes guy is kind of actually, like, when did that happen? When did you start to see the settlers?
I mean, really a few months ago. I've known some of the stuff for like years. Like I said, I've been to Israel. I was, years ago, I was super pro-Israel. I believed all that would embarrass me.
Really?
Thankfully, I didn't use Twitter back then. That would be embarrassing. I could have maybe one of these guys on there putting all this dumb shit, being like, what about Hamas? So I understand why these guys are brainwashed, because they do a great job when you're over there.
Because they control the narrative.
And they sell you this story of, oh no, it was always our land and we were invaded. So unless you actually go and do some real research, that's what you believe. They control the media. They repeat the lies over and over again. They're masters at spinning narratives and lies. So I believe the same bullshit. And then I slowly started seeing it. And then after October 7th, when I really started seeing it. And sometimes I wish I didn't, because I'm not very good at keeping my
your mouth shut. Yeah.
I'm sitting there being like, oh, maybe I should delete my Twitter because I'm going to get myself in trouble. But then the next thing I know, I'm fucking impulse tweeting shit.
Yeah, but once you know the truth, it's hard to go back. It's like everything, it's all you want to talk about. Like,
you feel like you have to try to wake people up. Otherwise, I'm not like, what kind of man am I being if I'm just sitting there honest. Quiet, being honest? Yeah, I'm not. I have a hard time living as a coward. And if I see it, it's like, how am I not going to fucking share what I see?
Do you think that a lot of people are aware and are just cowarding out of saying the truth?
Oh yeah, I think a lot of people are. I have multiple celebrities texting me stuff, sending me shit that I even think is crazy sometimes, like people in Hollywood, and like there's lots of big name people that work with these people that strongly feel this way that aren't saying it.
What are they saying? Like, yeah, keep going, Jake.
Just sending all kinds of stuff about, Jews, they do this and that. Like a bunch of big name famous people sending me, they're constantly getting articles. I'm like, oh, interesting. This is, these are people that have been working around them for years, because, like I said, I have good Jewish friends. That's why I want to be very clear that I'm legitimately not anti-Semitic. I do business with a Jewish guy. A couple of my best friends are Jewish. And that's actually, I think that's actually why I've always resisted the Jews are control theory, because when you word it like that, I'm just like, no, these guys are my friends. They're good people.
They're good people, yeah.
So that was kind of what shut me off to that, because it came across as racist. But then when I started actually looking at the data myself, you start being like, damn, it always does lead back to the same people,
Pretty much always.
But but that's why I like to be like, it's more like an organized crime syndicate of them than like.
It's like a mafia.
It's a mafia,
Dave
Jewish
should tell me
mafia.
that analogy.
Yeah, I think that's the proper way of saying it. And the Jewish mafia was actually as big as the Italian mafia in the U.S. Most people don't know that. Las Vegas was built by a combination of Jewish and Italian mafia, but everyone thinks Italian mafia.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the media, for some reason, Hollywood doesn't show you that.
Right. well, who controls Hollywood?
Yeah.
But where are you doing your research? How are you finding, and all, like, why is a guy like you, 20 years of fight experience, like one of the most accomplished UFC fighters of all time, like why not just like relax somewhere? You're still in here training consistently. You're still doing research.
Yeah.
You're still like pushing the limits of free speech. Like you feel a dedication to wake people up.
Just, like,
you've made
bored
money.
if
Why
I'm not-
not just like relax in Jamaica?
I'm bored out of my mind if I relax too long. I tried that when I first retired. You know, what you do, sit at a beach for a week, then I need to be. I think men need purpose and work. You know,
need to have
because
like
I was pretty comfortable financially, not rich, but I had enough money where I could have retired a couple years ago. I'm like, for a second, I'm thinking like, oh yeah, maybe I'll be done, not working anymore, chill. I did that for like a month, and I was so bored out of my mind. I'm like, you know, I love working. And obviously, I want to make more money too, but like obviously, I have to be. I'm much happier when I'm too busy than not enough to do. There's times like sometimes I overbook myself, but I mean, I bet you're busy too. I can tell how we're talking. Oh, you bought a ticket out the next day. You do random shit like that. Like I can tell you're like a worker. You know, we're talking about getting an interview. I was supposed to come out next week. It was maybe not going to work. So the next thing you know, you're like, oh, can I buy a ticket out tomorrow? And you know, then that shows you're a hustler. You got to do things like that.
But I'm happier when I'm like that.
Exactly.
When I'm like, when I don't have any time to sit around and be passive, like that's when I'm actually.
I don't think men are meant to sit around and do nothing. I couldn't imagine, or have a job where you're not doing anything productive. You know, where you're sitting there fucking pushing buttons. I think that's why you have so much depression. You're not.
Were you
doing
depressed when you were in
meaningful.
college when you wanted to become a fighter?
No, I've never had depression problems because I was always gunning for something. I was trying to be a great wrestler when I was young. You know, I was always trying to push the limits of things. Snowboarding, rock climbing. I'd always push the limits. And you know, when I was, even though for a lot of years I was broke, I was happy because I was trying to achieve something. I think if you're trying to achieve goals, it doesn't really, you don't necessarily have to have the money. You're working towards something. I think a lot of guys, you know, you have that motivation, that skill, you know, the ambition. So it's the same. You know, having money, of course, is better, but it's not. There's so many other things that are more important than money. Money makes things better. Of course, money makes things better, but it's if you're working towards something, it doesn't matter that much. I think a lot of guys too, these dumb dudes, they think, you know, girls are only attracted to money, but it's like, no, it's more ambition and like, are you doing something? Because I was broke and never any problems, but it was clear that I was ambitious, that I was trying to do something. You're not sitting around doing nothing. That's what girls don't like. They don't want a fucking loser that's like not trying to achieve anything.
How did you make new goals after you retired?
It was tough, especially the first year after, when I first retired, like COVID hit, and that was like the worst time. I was living in San Francisco, and they just shut down all the gyms, shut down the restaurants, just everything. They even shut down the beaches and like hiking trails. And I have like a lot of energy. I can't just like sit around and do nothing. So I started going crazy. Then I got in the car, started driving around the country, go to national parks. Then they closed down the national parks. So I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? Actually, I didn't use Twitter till. That's when I finally started using Twitter. I was just so upset that I'm like, man, I got to start speaking my mind. I had a Twitter, but like my manager would, you know, occasionally tweet something out about fighting. But I'm like, all right, I'm going to start like.
Now it was you. It's very clearly you now. There's no way a manager's doing that.
And obviously my manager, everyone around me told me I got to stop using Twitter. But now I'm making money tweeting.
You are? From the Twitter monetization or what?
Yeah, not like crazy money, but like over $1,000 a week and like got subscribers. So it's like I'm making probably more on Twitter than a lot of people do working a full-time job. And that's just a little side. I never planned on making money. I was doing it for free, so it's great. Elon decided to give us some money. They said I don't tweet. I was tweeting for free, but the fact they want to pay me, they actually demonetized me when I first started speaking about Zionism.
Really?
With no explanation, and then
you got it back though?
I got it back, but no explanation either. I just put it out there publicly, made a big deal about it, and then
it's got to be Elon. I swear. I think Elon is paying attention to all this.
Yeah, Elon made me put it back because there was no reason given, and then when they added it back, there was no reason given either. It was just like, you've approved for your monetization, but it had already been approved, and I didn't reapprove. I'm just like, these fuckers, it was someone in there.
It's got to, I think it's him specifically.
He might have re-added me, yeah. My account might be big enough where he could have seen it or something.
Same thing happened. I was banned on Twitter. When I got wiped off social media, I lost everything, and then Elon bought it, and then I got back. Like right now, Nick Fuentes has an account. It has a lot of, I don't know if you follow it. I don't want to snitch on him, but
you told me after in private what it is.
And there's no way that they're not aware of that, but he's still there.
Well, Nick's one because I believe the lie that he was a racist too, but then I go and start watching his videos during October 7th, and I think he does the best job of any pundit breaking down what's happening. He's clear, precise. He does kind of joke around a lot, which I think you can take little clips and make him look racist because he'll say semi-racist things occasionally.
You need to be entertaining to be
exactly. So once you watch him, you get that. It's his personality.
Right. But when
which
you
I
flip
actually,
it out of context, that's how you think.
I got connected with him through a black guy because
really?
I thought he was like racist. You know.
So did I.
Talking to this black guy.
Yeah, the black guy, the Mexican guy told me
and
about
he's like,
him.
no, he's not. And you know, he's like, no, you got to introduce you and stuff. And I'm like, all right. So
was it Bryson Gray?
No, but I know Bryson too.
Okay.
So, but it's interesting because the guy's like, no, this guy's not a racist. And then I'm like, all right, you know, I'll watch a couple of his clips and talk to him and stuff. And I'm like, oh man, he's not really. He'll say things that might be true. Yeah, you can look at statistics, you know, with crime and stuff. Yeah, you can. Is it racist if it's true? I don't know.
I mean, they push a narrative that like white boys are shooting up schools disproportionately. But when you say like black people commit violent crime, disproportionately, that's a racist.
Exactly, which is ridiculous, and it sucks they are, but it's just the truth. It doesn't mean you don't like black people, but to say you can't say that is ridiculous.
Right. I mean, you could say like Asians are better at math statistically. They get into better schools. They have better test scores. You should be able to look at race and like figure out why that is.
There's a difference in races, exactly. We try to figure out why.
Race is real.
The only two, but you can't say anything about. Well, you really can't say anything about Jewish people, and they don't want black people. But they've showed the hierarchy there is clearly the Jews, because black people can say anything about white people, other races, the worst
they get on
possible
stages
thing.
at the Grammys, they say the worst things possible. They say that white people should all die, and they get a round of applause.
I think that was really interesting too when they canceled Kanye like that. It was like, damn, the power to cancel him over saying things that tons of black guys say about white people. That was kind of eye-opening for a lot of people, I think, too.
Yeah, and when he said slavery was a choice, that was bad, but it wasn't as bad as saying DEFCON 3.
Yeah,
that was the limits. But it starts. The tipping point is like transgenders. I think that's how a lot of people start to wake up. They're like, why are all these trannies like teaching my kids kindergarten?
No, it's just ridiculous because the tranny thing was really weird to me too, because everyone knows it's fucking weird. Everyone. But they won't say it. Actually, I was living in between San Francisco and New York at the time, and even most liberal people would in private, because I would say this shit publicly, I agree with you, but they're all scared to say it. It's like, okay, we all agree, but yet everyone's pretending to each other. Like, I would be a group of friends, San Francisco, say like 30 of them, right? And they're all like privately telling me, but around each other, they act like they don't think it's fucking weird. Like, what's wrong with you guys? Why are you guys like...
It's one big circus.
Yeah, why are you guys all so fake?
Right.
Like, I get lumped in as conservative, but I've just kind of, what my views, vary. Yeah. I have tons of liberal friends. I just speak what I see to be true. And it's just weird how
people... And they don't. They live in a pretend world where they have to act like there's unlimited genders. And it was funny, like over Christmas... I was visiting my little cousins. They were like 3 and 4 years old, and they speak French. And they kept calling me Tante Sneako, Tante Sneako. Tante means aunt, like auntie. Yeah. And so even like at an age of 3 or 4, a kid knows that like it's stupid for a man to be a woman.
Yeah, exactly.
And then all the adults, like they're laughing too. So they're aware of how ridiculous it is. But like in the context when there's no children, they all have to, this is not funny whatsoever.
I feel bad because I have a lot of friends, in San Francisco, like in the tech industry and stuff. These businesses, they have to play along with this shit or they'll get fired. You have to pretend like some fucking dude in a dress is brave and beautiful. It's like, no, it's a fucking dude in a dress. I believe in freedom. I think a dude should be able to wear a dress if he wants, but I'm not.
But it's not brave.
But I don't think it's fucking. I'm not gonna pretend like it's really a chick.
Right.
And I don't think, and having them compete against the sport was a big one to me because I'm an athlete, and I just know the difference between a man and a woman is so massive.
Yeah.
Which is why I put out the challenge.
Wait, so you're saying to fight 10 trannies at once?
One after the next.
Oh, you would? Like 100% after seeing
easy.
Like what the fuck you were able to, like...
Easy.
100%.
But that's why they would never take the offer. That's why I throw it out there. And I said trans men, which is actually women. Because they're having men fight women, so I want to show the absurdity of it. Literally the 10 best in the world. I don't even care the weight classes, one after the next, no break between.
Would you still do it?
Fuck yeah, I would do it.
I would love to see that.
I think it would really, I'd feel a little bad mauling these chicks, but it would really prove a point. I think people would realize just how ridiculous
absurd it is.
Because it'd be like a couple seconds each. I would just be dumping these chicks on their head.
Right.
After I've knocked about 3 of them, I think they'd probably be like, all right, fuck this.
Right. But it's funny because men will compete in women's sports, but you never see women compete in men's sports.
Exactly. That's the absurdity of it. It's always men that are, and sometimes they'll be like, oh, he didn't win, he took second or third, but it's like there's not a single trans man winning anything. The difference is too massive. It'll be some shitty dude switches over and takes like second in the world.
Yeah. The part that really started to like make me like wake up and freak out when you realize like who started transgenderism and why. Are you aware of this?
I know like the first clinics were in Germany, I believe. I don't know the history that well.
Germany, but they say it's a German. He was actually a Jewish person. It was a Jew in the
I knew that part, yeah.
Yeah, and they put out this like Daily Wire. Matt Walsh was saying like, oh, he's a German Nazi during World War II. He was actually a Jewish guy.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Transgenderism.
Yeah, no, I knew. I was aware of that part. I think the Nazis burned the clinics down, right?
Yeah, and then you look at like the how the financial system create slavery, like debt slavery between people, and it's because Jews believe that they can do hard money lending between non-Jews.
Yeah.
But between each other, they don't practice the same type of banking. They have their own system where they just kind of do it fair, but they do hard money, high interest loans between goy. And in Islam, for example, that's completely haram.
That's against the.
You're not supposed to do that. Like I just bought a house. I didn't even get a loan or anything because you're supposed to do it.
Buy with cash.
Buy all cash, like no
I've done
interest
the
at
same
all.
thing, just never had fucking debt.
He's never. What's that? Oh, it's gonna F for 1 second.
You guys are just clowning me now.
I swear to God, no, wallahi, I think you're one of the most beautiful girls in the world. No glaze. I don't want to.
I actually like no glazing. I think you're the best person I've ever met.
He just takes it so far where I'm like, okay, now it's a lie.
You're just like the best
No, it's a
person
lie.
I know. We just met, but we're back.
Yeah.
What do you think defines bravery then? You know, is it speech? Because like personally, I think like it's cowardice for like someone like. I gotta say, like actually, like I think Mikey specifically, it's cowardice to not want to talk about the control mechanisms of the world. I think free speech and telling the truth is a big part of bravery, but also fighting. You know, it takes a real man to get in the cage and like risk it all.
Yeah, I know there's lots of aspects of bravery. And with Mikey, you know, I know Mikey. I'm not good friends with him, but I'm like kind of friends with him, so I'm not saying about him. I think from his perspective, it's kind of like he just might not be researching the topic at all, or maybe he is. I don't know. Maybe he knows it. Maybe he knows way more than we do.
Yeah.
but maybe he just doesn't know anything about it, or maybe he feels like it's not. He probably doesn't know Mark Zuckerberg that well. They probably just trained together a little bit, you know. So it's so I see his point.
But I'm not even speaking about him specifically. But there's so many people that are aware of this.
They won't speak up.
Every single influencer I know, like they won't even say free Palestine.
Yeah.
They'll say like, oh, I want peace. Well, how? Like, who's really at fault for what's going on?
Yeah.
They're not even honest about
because it does cost them money though. You're seeing a lot of these guys get canceled. They've taken control of all those industries. It's, you know, if I wasn't financially secure, would I be talking? I probably still would be, but maybe not. It's a little easy for me to sit back and bash people when I'm financially secure than worry about getting fired. You know.
Right. But a lot of them have a lot more money than me.
No, you're true. Some of these guys,
most of the people,
some of these guys in private are multi-millionaires. I know that are like
multi-millionaires.
Like a
I've
lot
seen
of millions.
People,
Yeah.
I'll tell you off camera, like some of the people that are
it's
really.
Funny, you got the same experience as me of tons of celebrities like reaching out about it. It's interesting how many. I think celebrities work around these people, so it's.
And they all know. I mean, if you work in that industry, you have to see it. Mm-hmm. These people will, like, I've seen messages between, like, big corporate heads, like billionaires. Mm-hmm. They'll tell people within the influencer circle, don't collaborate with Sneako. Avoid Sneako. Yeah. Don't, like, they'll see an article where they call me an anti-Semite or misogynist. Yeah. Avoid this person.
So you became toxic, yeah.
Yeah.
Just from being around, partially from being around...
Nick was a big one. Yeah. I mean, I was platforming him on YouTube. You know, that was a big no-no. They played our stream in the Senate.
It's crazy, like how toxic they made him. You know, like I even had to think about it for a second. Like, oh, is it smart for me to go interact with this guy? And I'm like, wait, I'm being a coward if I'm not going to go fucking interact with him because I'm told not to. That crossed my head because I'm thinking like, I didn't meet up with him. If someone gave me his number, and I was going through Chicago, and I'm thinking like, and it went back to my head like, oh, would it be dumb to meet up with him? Like, wait, I'm being a fucking coward even thinking that. But that just shows you how they've made him toxic to make me scared to collaborate with him. It's crazy how they do that. And now they made you toxic. You know, they try to get people. They try to get everyone scared to do it. I think now there's so many people speaking up, it's getting harder. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens next. You know, if they're gonna go after us harder, or people is gonna be able to start speaking their mind.
I think too many people are waking up too fast. Like the limits of what you're allowed to speak about now. Like me joking about how rabbis are crawling out of tunnels, like you would not be able to say that a year, like 6 months ago. It's incredible, like what we're able to do. And it's just, I want to go full force. That's why I said that thing about Zuckerberg, because that's going to be like the biggest platform to really speak about this.
Yeah.
And the more they keep trying to suppress it, the more people are going to want to talk about it.
I think they're having a hard time suppressing now, you're right. But it's just, but before they were always made people so demonetized. Like what they did to Nick, you know, they had me kind of fucking believing it. And it's like, I had to go watch clips myself. But then also, like I said, you got to think about it like, oh, is he toxic? Is it smart if I go do anything with him or talk with him? So they've made a guy so toxic that it makes people that even aren't scared to think about it twice.
Right.
Like even you, look what they did to you. Yeah. Like it probably cost you a lot of money. I imagine you made a lot of fucking.
They deleted my whole
millions of dollars.
They kept the money when they banned me. They kept the money that they owed me. They still owe me hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yeah.
That can't be legal, can it?
I mean, I'm still fighting. It's been over a year and a half. I have a court case.
Yeah.
You know,
it wasn't Ryan Dawson, I think, was one of the first people
years ago,
from YouTube,
like 2006. You know Ryan Dawson, right?
Yeah, not well, but I know him. Yeah, and then it's interesting because Fahrenheit 9/11. I think Harvey Weinstein, I think, produced that. It was a film, 9/11, showing all the Saudi Arabia connections.
Yeah.
But Dawson goes and makes one showing the Israeli connections.
You get wiped.
The one I think wins awards, and this one goes and gets banned from YouTube. It just shows you. So what's the difference? Why can you show one country's connections and not the other?
Because one conspiracy is they call it anti-Semitic, but I mean they push the narrative so long that Muslims were terrorists. But if you say that there's a group of Zionists that are doing something, then that's anti-Semitic.
No, it's so much crazy shit when you start going down these rabbit holes, things you never knew, like the 9/11 connections. I'm not saying they did or didn't do it, but like people can Google like dancing Israelis. That's just the start of the rabbit. That's just the start of the rabbit hole. It goes way deeper than that.
I can't believe you just said that. Yeah, like that'll wake you up.
Yeah, that'll give you a little touch of the iceberg. You start digging, and you see the moving company was also doesn't exist, and Mossad connected, and the owner of the thing.
Israel's hands are all over 9/11.
Yeah, and then you look at JFK. I always hear CIA killed him. CIA killed him.
Even Bobby
Oliver
Kennedy.
Stone. Bobby Kennedy won't even say it. They must have him compromised.
They pretended like he was like this base guy because he said the vaccine is bad, but he's pretty much sympathizing with the people that killed his family.
Yeah, exactly, and he knows for sure. He blamed the CIA, but there's no way he hasn't looked and properly seen that it was likely a combination between probably mostly Mossad with CIA's blessing. Because you look at it, he was right in the middle of a full-blown battle with Israel over two issues. They were illegally getting nuclear weapons, which they stole from America, the secrets, and they were also, he was trying to make them, it wasn't called AIPAC at the time, but it was the Jewish lobby. He was trying to make them register as a foreign agent, which to me, that's one of the biggest, that's how Israel's taking control of America, through AIPAC. They pay over politicians. And he's like, no, every other foreign lobby has to file under, it's like FARA, the Foreign Agents Act or whatever, but for some reason, the Israeli lobby doesn't have to. And JFK is like, no, you guys are going to. And they were in the middle of a battle with that, and then he got shot. And he got shot by there's so many Jewish connections to that too. Like the guy Jack Rubenstein.
He really knows his stuff.
He was tied in with the mafia, which the head boss was the Jewish guy who helped, Meyer Lansky, he helped form Israel. Look at this. I don't know exactly the details of this, but I know there were some Israeli spies somehow connected to Oswald too. I don't know the details on that. Also, again, I haven't done all the research, but all the aspects he was going to visit. What was he? Where was he get shot at? Was it Houston?
Yeah, it was in Houston.
It was all
Dallas?
Dallas, maybe Dallas, wherever he was. It was all, like I said, I don't know the names and who, but that was all.
But if you even look at the wars, like every single war that the United States has got involved in 20, 30, 40 years, something like that, it's pretty much all has to do with Israel. Yemen, that's happened yesterday. They're doing that because Yemen is supporting Palestine. If you look at Iraq, it's because they want to have more influence in the Middle East so that Israel can survive in an area where pretty much every single Muslim nation does not want them to go and displace people. Yeah, it's always connected to Israel.
Yeah, I remember I was really confused when they were trying to push the regime change in Syria, because it made no sense for American interests. And they even faked a gas attack where Trump went and bombed them, because they faked, it was probably Mossad and CIA, launched a gas attack instead Assad did it. And then Trump went and bombed him for a second, but thankfully he didn't fall for the bait and do a regime change. And I kept thinking, why do we want war with Syria so bad? Now I look at it and it's so obvious to me. It makes me realize how naive I was not seeing this, that it's Israel's bidding, they want him gone. And Lebanon and even Gaddafi probably was they're doing. I'm not sure about Afghanistan, but probably. I bet it somehow had a reason for that.
But I think the biggest trick that so many people are on the cusp of realizing, kind of like where me and you were a couple years ago, is that the people that we think are really based, like Alex Jones or Bobby Kennedy, all these people, it's because they have the term, people will give them this atmosphere they're really, this guy's, they'll talk about God, they'll talk about transgenders, but they really won't go past that level. They'll avoid those. And then even those people, they get to go on the Joe Rogan podcast, but you're not going to be able to talk about Zionism to that level on the Joe Rogan podcast. That's why Alex Jones is on there. That's why Bobby Kennedy gets on there, and they're like, yeah, this guy's aware, but Nick Fuentes is never going to be on there.
Yeah. No, it was just so eye-opening when I started seeing all this. Seeing when Bobby Kennedy started, his whole campaign was anti-war, but then he's pro-war if it's Israel. Do they have blackmail on you? Do you know? He did fly in Epstein's plane a couple times. So did he maybe he likes young kids? I don't know. It makes you start to wonder, because he doesn't believe it. Is it money or is it blackmail? I think why he blackmailed him, because I think he's already rich.
It's got to be the blackmail.
Yeah, because why would a rich guy go and
randomly run for president and his voice isn't even working at 75 years old, putting on jeans to go to the gym?
I liked a lot of what he was saying until he goes to that, and you're like, oh, he's
but if you look back, what did he really say? What did he say? The vaccine was bad?
He was really good on that. He was really big on the pro-war message, which was all a lie. He was talking about how all these regime change and wars in the Middle East were pointless, but that obviously he doesn't mean it. He made that clear. Yeah, and then Alex Jones, he won't talk about.
He's never going to talk about it. Really surprised me? I'm sure you've spoken to them before. The Tate brothers. I thought for a while that they were kind of, maybe being careful because of the case.
Yeah,
so they want to talk about
understandable.
It. But actually, like I really commend them. I have to give a shout out to Andrew and Tristan Tate for talking about this. I did not expect that, and they're starting to push the boundaries even more.
I think he has some good Jewish friends too. So sometimes people get careful. They don't want to like push.
They don't want to be offensive to them.
You don't want to really put legit anti-Semitism and stuff. Like I said, I make a lot of money doing business with Jewish people, so I had to think like
we all do.
So I had to think like, okay, am I going to cost myself a lot of money? Probably. Amazingly, it hasn't. You know, the guy's been loyal to me, and they know I'm not a racist. But there are a lot of Jewish guys that you've seen as soon as you say anything, they've canceled the guy they work with. Mm-hmm. So it does. So I can understand why people don't want to say something. It's like, you know, I'm not going to lie. I thought about this stuff. Like, oh man, I might cost myself a lot of fucking money.
So did I.
I'm pretty comfortable, but I like making money still.
They debanked Ye. I was working at Ye24 a year and a half ago, and like they literally wiped his bank account. I still bank with Chase.
Yeah, right.
Like, sometimes I wonder, like, is this really worth? Like, how could I protect my family? And I was even yelling at my chat quite a bit because they were trying to push me, and I'm like, you guys know what's up. I know what's up. If I keep talking about it, I'm going to risk everything. Like. But, you know, at some point I decided I had to, you know. But no, it gets tough. You start thinking about this. You're like, yeah, you don't want your shit getting canceled. You're banking. You know, if you have fucking family and kids to feed, shit like that, it's not easy. Like I know Nick, they canceled his banking. I think his payment processor. So put him on a no-fly list too.
Yeah, he couldn't even make any money. He's like this famous dude, couldn't make any money. It's like, and he was brave. He noticed it years before, at least this current generation. He's the guy who noticed it years before all of us and really started speaking. He just got completely ostracized for it. So he had a lot of courage, you know. And there's a lot of things I don't agree with Nick on.
Like what?
But he's more religious than me, much more conservative than me. But I respect him. I respect different opinions. I think we should be able to disagree on some things.
What are you not conservative about?
I was just, you know, these guys were all like, when I was younger, I liked lots of women and partying and all this stuff. You know, I'm not anymore. I just think.
But do you recommend that for younger guys?
No, but I don't think it's also the cancer necessarily either. I don't think it's great for society. I think it hurts women a lot more than men. I think society probably would be better off if that wasn't the case. I think men can go and sleep with countless amounts of women.
Your soul doesn't get damaged the same way.
It doesn't damage our soul. We can easily jump into a relationship after without having hurt us. I think women lose a little bit every time they sleep with a man.
Their soul slowly
we take a little bit from them. I don't think it's not a fair situation, but it's reality. I think a man can sleep with a couple hundred girls and have no damage for the most part.
So society's better if men suppress their urges.
It probably would be, yeah. You know, so it probably would be better if men didn't do that. But I just think it's not. I don't think it necessarily damages the men, but it probably is harmful for society overall. So I guess maybe I don't disagree with them.
Yeah. Well, you're a vegetarian, right?
Yeah, I grew up that way, so it's really easy. And I just like animals. I don't like push being a vegetarian to anyone, but I do think the whole factory farming industry is just disgusting.
It's fucked, yeah.
I think people really should eat meat. Should, you know, I know it's more expensive, but should really try to get organic meat, I eat eggs and stuff, but I'll try to get from real farms. Just how they abuse the animals. I think that energy's got to go into you. When you have these animals that are just tortured their entire life, they're fattened up, put on drugs, and you take that and put it in your body. I don't think that can be good for you.
You know what? Islam fixes that too. Mm-hmm. Because Islam, we only eat halal meat, where an animal is killed in a
humane way.
In a humane way, and you're supposed to face the Kaaba. You're supposed to slice their throat. You're not supposed to electrocute them. They're supposed to be raised properly.
Yeah, are they raised more humane? Because the way they're raised is just brutal.
Yeah, all that factory farming, all of that is haram. You're not supposed to do any of that.
Good.
It's supposed to be. They're supposed to live a proper life. So Islam even fixes that problem.
No, it's. Hey, maybe I'll get convinced so I can go to Mecca with my guys.
Yeah.
I just got to make sure I really believe it, which I do believe a lot of aspects of it, but it's it's just tough to make that jump, I feel like.
It's a lot.
Especially American, white, living in America. I know I'll get a lot of shit for it. Everyone will be like, oh, you're copying the Tates and shit, but I do have a lot of, actually for years I've had a lot of, I've liked Islam for years. It's been interesting to me, but I feel like it's hard making that jump. I actually have a copy of the Quran at home. Someone just gave me. I haven't started reading. Someone gave it like a month ago. I should have started reading that
Who gave it to you?
Let me think. It was when I was traveling. I'm trying to think of who gave that to me. I think it was a guy, one of the gym owners, one of the seminars I was doing. Because when this all broke out, I did a seminar, and I was all over the place. And that was interesting too. I first started speaking out. I had people on Twitter are telling me that Muslims hate me, but I would show up at these seminars, and some of these places there would be 15, Palestinian dudes coming, giving me gifts and, thanking me. And it just showed okay, I'm putting my ass on the line, but at least people do care. They are appreciative, guys invited me to their homes for their wives to cook for me. I just think a lot of people doesn't realize the level of hospitality in the Middle East. It's they
didn't let me pay for anything in Saudi Arabia.
It's crazy,
Cabs, a cab, I was there, the new Muslim. Oh
yeah,
no,
exactly. It's all about hospitality and I was over there one year in Morocco for Christmas. You know, wake up to like a Christmas cake and presents. It's so thoughtful. Like they don't celebrate Christmas, but they thought about me. Like, oh, it's Christmas for his big holiday for him, so they got me shit. And like, oh, these people are just so thoughtful, you know. And then people hear like, oh, they're a bunch of terrorists. It's fucking pathetic.
Yeah, that was the biggest psyop that I mean, I grew up like in the post 9/11 atmosphere, so everyone was always saying Muslims are terrorists. But I was reading in the Malcolm X autobiography from a young age, and just seeing how it kind of got rid of a lot of that stigma and a lot of the division between people. And you really see that in Mecca. Like, there's not any hate in people's eyes. It's so eye-opening to see a place that can exist with like pure peace and harmony.
Yeah, I know I'm around a lot of Muslims, and I see that. And of course, like anywhere, you're still going to have racism and a cold here or there. But overall, you have all these groups, black, white, and they all, you know, treat each other equal. So I've definitely noticed that. And, you know, I was reading Malcolm's X.
You read as well his book?
Yeah, it was interesting how when he was such an eye-opening experience, because before he was always kind of racist, and that kind of killed his racism.
Yeah.
And it's kind of interesting, they killed him after that.
Yep.
Makes you wonder, you know, maybe they want the racial divide. All of a sudden, he's not racist anymore. He's like, oh, white people aren't my enemy. And then boom, he gets killed.
And then they kill him. But when he was advocating for segregation,
exactly,
they kept him alive.
So they want that racial divide. They don't want the unity.
Yeah, and you could argue about who tricked people.
Yeah, right.
To make them.
Yeah, they're always trying to push us divided by race. And for the most part, I think if people talk, they're not. And that's what I love about fight gyms. Like everyone from all races, all incomes, everyone's here is complete equals. I think it really makes it, like, we'll make racist jokes and shit, but no one's actually racist at fight gyms. So I think people need some kind of place like that. I think fight gym's the best spot, but I don't know, maybe military for some people, or somewhere where it puts you where you're all on equal foot and not segregated, where you have to learn to work together. Same with, like, you know, it doesn't matter your politics in the gym, how much money you have to learn to work with people from different aspects of life. And that just makes you, you know, appreciate so many different people. Like everyone loses friends over politics. I obviously have some pretty crazy opinions.
Stupid.
I've never lost a friend over politics. And everyone's always like surprised, like, how have you not? It's like, because I treat people good, they respect me, I respect them.
I have a lot of Zionist
friends. We can disagree, yeah, me too.
Believe it or not, I have a lot of Israeli friends.
Yeah. Like, there are people like don't believe it when they have Jewish friends. They think I'm like lying or something. But yeah, a couple of my best friends are Jewish.
Yeah.
Might not agree with them, but we can like respectively.
You just laugh it off. Like,
we can respectively disagree. Exactly.
Exactly. I mean, I make jokes about them. They make jokes about me. Even like my Christian friends, I'll like when it's just me and my Christian filmer, I'll talk about how he thinks like a man's God, stuff like that. Poke, you call me a terrorist or something.
Exactly. You should be able to joke around, you know, like exactly. Like my close, trained Muslims, we fuck around, call them terrorists, but we know we're fucking joking.
Right,
exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
the reason you joke about it is because you know it's not true, and it's just.
Yeah, and so I think it helps bring people closer together when you, especially for men, not for women, but men, we're like, you know, we talk shit to each other. That brings you.
You bond over that.
Yeah.
Over
so these guys are like all like on eggshells, scared to say something racist, and they fucking like a lot of these fucking anti-racist white dudes are the worst. They have like no black or ethnic friends because they're all so careful what they say.
Yeah.
And I'll say the absurd shit. Sometimes I don't even realize it. I look around, I'm like, oh, I'm the only white guy here. I'm being like racist, fucking around, but everyone else doesn't give a fuck because all the minority groups are fucking way more racist than white people. So it's like, it's ridiculous. These self-hating white people, those fucking worst.
Those are the most insufferable people.
Yeah,
like. But
exactly that thing. Like, they can't understand why black people can't fucking stand them. It's like because you're fucking like putting them on a pedestal, like kissing their ass, watching. You're not just being a fucking normal person.
Liberal whites are worse than Zionists. What do you think is like something that you picked up in the fight gym after 20 years of doing this that like the average person who doesn't come in here understands? Like, what is it about fighting that the average person doesn't get?
There's so much that adds to your life, which I think it's great. Guys like you who already have a career going and doing this, you know, whether who knows how serious you're going to take it.
I'm going to take it
like
this year. Like, I'm locked in.
It just builds so much character, so much strength. Plus, people, like I said, they have to learn to work together. It doesn't matter what background you are, you know, race, all that. Everyone, you know, religion, race, how much you make, liberal, conservative. Everyone works together in perfect unity for the most part. I mean. And it just makes you tough pushing, especially when you actually fight, man. There's nothing to test yourself like fight. You know, I respect anyone that goes out there and fights. It's tough. When you go down, make weight, you walk out there, people watching, you got to get in there with another man and you just go at it until one of you fucking goes down. It's tough, you know, win or lose. I respect anyone that does that. It's every man. I think it should be mandatory
for a man to get in the octagon.
I think it should be mandatory in high school. They could tone the rules down a little bit, you know, but it would make them like every year kids have to do a fight and do it in front of like the whole class, maybe the whole school. It would teach them like just the stress of like leading up to it, you know, the training camp for it, the night before, knowing they have to go in there in front of their school and fight someone. It's a lot of, it's not just getting hurt, it can be humiliating too. You know, fighting at a level where there's multi-million people watching sometimes. That's a lot of pressure. But even if it's a regular fight with no one watching, it's still almost the same kind of pressure because you're still going in there and fighting fucking someone. You still got to test yourself, test your heart, get hit, keep fighting. You know, someone pops you in your jaw and or your fucking nose is covered in blood. Can you keep fighting? I think these are tests that every man should do. Really should be fucking mandatory. I think it'd make it so much tougher for making our kids fight in high school.
Do you think that it would get rid of a lot of violence and a lot of gangs and a lot of division?
Definitely. I was getting in a lot of trouble before I found fighting. I was, you know, rolling with like gang type shit, getting arrested, and then, you know, I was getting in street fights constantly.
You were in a gang?
Not really a gang, but just rolling with the wrong people.
Yeah.
That wasn't in a gang, but around people that were in bad shit, you know. So, you know, end up in jail. But that was a wake-up call to me, too. I realized jail wasn't for me. It's not because it was like anyone would fuck with me. It was just the lack of freedom. And the guys in there were just accepting. They were talking about like what prison they're going to get sent to instead of like, and I'm just like, get me the fuck out of here.
They were talking about, what prisoner they were going to...
Yeah, they were just so casual about it. Like, oh, I hope I get sent to Chino versus this one. They're talking about the politics in the different prisons.
They were
like,
coping with the fact that they were going to stay there.
I hope I get here because I got boys. And like, oh, the blacks and the Mexicans are battling here. The whites are aligned with the Mexicans here.
They were getting used to the politics.
Yeah, they're like trying to tell me the politics of different prisons and shit. And I'm just like, fuck, bro, I'm not trying to go to prison. So this is fucking terrible.
Can I ask you like what you went to prison for?
I was just jail, not prison, just doing dumb shit. You know.
How old were you?
Like 19.
Fighting got you out of there?
Well, part of it was like, damn, this is terrible. And then I went to the gym. I met Chuck Liddell right after that. And that's why I stopped by his gym. And he beat the fuck out of me. And I was just like, wow. So I just...
liver shots.
So I just started showing up at his gym, following him around. And he was never my trainer, but he was my mentor because he was focused on himself at the time. But I saw he was great. So I just, you know, I became the annoying guy. I just started showing up every day and copying what he did. And I think... you know, at first, I wasn't sure if he hated me the first couple months, but I remember after a couple months of me showing up, he sent me like a text message like, oh, I got invited to the Peter brothers just bought the UFC, and it was like a big training camp in Big Bear, and he invited me, and that's when I'm like, oh man, he doesn't hate me at least. That's when I'm like, oh man, he's actually taking me under his wing. And I was like, okay, I've been bothering this guy for 2 months, now he's invited me to drive out with him to fucking Big Bear. This is fucking awesome. So. But when you want something, that's what you got to do. You know, guys aren't gonna. Someone like Chuck Liddell is not gonna be like, "Come train with me." I had to just start showing up and bugging them, and that's what guys are always asking, "What do I do there?" And it's like, bro, if you want something, you just gotta fucking make it happen.
I've been bugging you about this stream for quite a while.
You just gotta make shit happen. Like I'm sure, like I don't know your history that well, but you're a big YouTuber, right? I'm sure you just started doing it.
Rumbler, yeah.
Yeah, originally though, you're YouTube, right? But like you probably weren't just like thinking about it and shit. You're probably like, I'm gonna fucking make this happen.
Yeah, that's my whole life.
Yeah, you have to just make shit happen if you want to do anything big. I think guys don't realize that. They want all these questions and this and that, and it's like, just fucking show up. You start doing it. I'm not gonna, if you start showing up and bothering me, I'm gonna start helping you eventually. If you're just asking me questions, not showing up, I'm not gonna help someone. And you get dudes, you know, coming in, they're asking me to help them, showing up late, shit like that. Well, I was late today, but.
I mean, we were at the same time, you know.
Okay.
It was the same time.
Yeah, I fucking fell asleep, couldn't wake up.
Hey, at least you still came.
Yeah.
How do you deal with the nerves before getting into a fight? I think that's like the one thing that I don't.
It's tough.
Yeah, I'm wondering. Like, what was your coping? I don't know if you even like to call it that, but how did you deal with that?
Yeah, you're gonna always get nerves. At least I think most people do. There's a few rare people that say they don't get nerves. I don't know if those guys are liars or if they're built different. But I always get nervous for every fight. I just, yeah, I feel like you're not human if you're not getting nervous if you're going in a freaking cage to fight someone in front of like millions of people. But you just have to get that mindset where you're staying relaxed, but you don't want to be too relaxed where you can get hurt, you know? So you got to get yourself pumped. And I would surround myself the week leading up with, I would always have good friends. My training partners are also my good friends. So we're like joking around the whole time, relaxed, just not overdwelling and thinking on it, not being all stressed. I see some guys week before, they're all stressed out, and we're like joking, laughing, having a good time. It's not right before the fight that I turn on that serious mode.
I saw an interview, I think it was Kamaru Usman, who said that like a week or two before a fight, he would go party and club and get hammered so that when he would fight, he would have less nerves because in the back of his mind, it's like, okay, I'm not at peak performance. Yeah. So even if he lost, he wouldn't have that. Like, he would have like a little bit of the stress.
That was John Jones, I believe.
That was John Jones?
Yeah, but that was... I understand his perspective because he was giving himself an excuse, a way out. He still didn't use it, but he gave himself, he was doing that to be like, I went partying my ass off on Saturday, so if I lose, it's just, I'm an idiot just partying. So it was his coping mechanism if he gave himself an excuse in case he lost. And the dude never fucking lost. He has one loss on his record, but he knocked the guy out and got disqualified.
Yeah.
So it worked for him, you know. I certainly wouldn't recommend doing that.
Right.
But I could see his perspective. It was giving him, he probably did a great camp. I think he would just do one night where he'd party his ass off. So then he's like, oh yeah, if I lose, I'm just an idiot out partying, not taking this serious. So it was his everyone has to find their own method, you know.
How do you do? Because I think that's like a way to cope with your ego. Because like nerves, you're nervous because
Yeah,
you're
it's more of an
ego
ego cope, I think, than nerve. But it might also help his nerves.
I think it's all. How do you deal with that? Like, what's your relationship with your own ego? I think fighters have the most interesting perspective on this.
It's tough because, I mean, obviously we have egos or we want to be great. I mean, guys are like, oh, you can't have an ego. I mean, that's bullshit. You're not going to be fucking great without an ego. That's what drives you to be great. But you don't want the ego to get out of control where it overwhelms you. And I just think I was just so motivated, so I would just work so hard. So I'd be ready. So I just feel like I would just do more and more work, so I would show up ready.
Where does your motivation come from?
That's a good question. That's a hard one. People ask us sometimes, like, I don't know. I was just always motivated to accomplish a lot. And to me, if I say I'm gonna do something, I always do it. I think that's a big one. You gotta hold yourself accountable. So if you tell yourself you're gonna do something, you have to do it. So if you decide, like you decide you're boxing, now you're gonna have to at least, I'll usually give myself whatever my aspects are, like a 6 months I'm taking this serious, and then reevaluate from there, So hold yourself accountable. If you say you're gonna do something, if I know I'm doing something tomorrow, I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna wake up tomorrow and be like, I feel tired, because I already told myself I'm doing it.
You made the decision already.
Yeah, so I think obviously to other people, if you say you're gonna do something, you can always keep your word, but even to yourself, you have to learn. I think keeping your word is absolutely crucial to anyone important in life learns to keep their word. You can't be like flaking on people and have a good network.
Most people are gonna pick up on that reputation.
People that would that are highly successful people generally don't want to work with flaky people. There's going to be exceptions, guys that are so famous they can get away with being flaky,
Yeah.
But most people aren't that famous and rich when they can do it. If someone's fucking making me a lot of money and he flakes on me, I'm going to fucking still try to meet him. But you're usually not in that situation. It's usually a good idea for people to fucking hold themselves accountable. And if you do something, always fucking do it. Even if you don't feel like doing it later, and even if the person's not important, you still should fucking do it. Maybe you're getting nothing from it and you don't need the person in that, but if you say you tell someone to do something, I always fucking do it. You just gotta hold your word.
Do you think that people in my generation or like the younger guys are, you're 40?
Yeah.
Do you think younger guys don't have the same sort of like dedication to be a man of your word?
I mean, people have always been flaky. It's not necessarily. I think it just depends. I know a lot of young people that fucking work their ass off, hustle. I know a lot of old people that are lazy as shit. So I don't know if it's actually a generational thing. There's some aspects maybe that have gotten a little lazier, like physically and stuff. But as a whole, I think it's just different people. Like I said, how old are you?
25.
23, yeah. I think there's lots of young people that are out busting, hustling. It just depends. You're always gonna have that. You're gonna have people, but that's the good part is most people are fucking lazy. It makes it easy to be successful.
Do you think they're lazier now than they've ever been?
Probably. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to. I mean, people couldn't have really been lazy that long ago in the past. Things are pretty fucking tough. You read old history books. Things are brutal.
But like today, I don't know. It seems like my competition, like the people who are working on the same things, everyone seems like lazy.
Yeah, even in the fight world, the guys aren't lazy. But how hard I worked, I'm like, it's easy to get ahead. Like I'm not naturally that athletic, but it's like I train a lot. I don't train that many fighters because it's not my primary way of making money. It's something I do because I love it.
Yeah.
But I try to only work with the guys that work harder than everyone else. And like I tell these guys, look, it's easy to get ahead when you're doing this. Like two of the guys, the brothers too, I train, and the Bashar brothers, both undefeated, but they moved out here to train with me. I met them through an Afghan. They're Afghan. Originally, I met them through an Afghan friend.
They're Muslim?
Yeah. So yeah, he hooked me. I thought I was a trainer for a week. I was a corner for a fight, but then we clicked so good, they fucking went home, got their shit, and came back.
Were they boxers or MMA?
MMA.
Okay.
Yeah, both undefeated, both in the UFC. They're savage.
Really?
One's
What's the
fighting
record?
tomorrow. I think one fighting tomorrow. I think is 12-0, and his older brother's 15-0. I think he's the one fighting in Saudi Arabia.
They're both fighting tomorrow?
No, one's fighting tomorrow, and the one's in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, okay. Yeah, tomorrow if possible, I'd love to.
Yeah, after this, I'll go and see if I can get some tickets.
Yeah, no pressure, if anything.
Yeah.
But what do you think is the big shift between like the phone generation? You were like most active in your fighting career when it was still like just Facebook and it was blowing up. Have you noticed a giant shift? I usually see guys like your age, they always talk about how people in my generation are like different.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, everyone's definitely addicted to phones now. I mean, me too. I'm fucking Twittering and shit, so it's like I'm guilty as well. When I was, pushing my fighting career, I didn't have a TV, didn't have the internet in my house. I just focused on fighting. So having that can be a distraction, but if you're still got shit to do, you can do it. That's not really an excuse, I don't think.
Have you noticed a shift in character? Like, how has it changed the way men act? Has it?
I think as a whole, men are pretty fucking feminine and weak, which is, it appears that way, which is, I mean, it's good if you're not. If you're a strong, hardworking man, it makes life easy when the competition's, that should be a positive. If you look at competition and see these guys are weak, they don't want to work hard, it's I think generation's gotten weaker to be. I think that's fair, but I think that's why the gym's so important. You come in and fight, it makes you mentally tougher, makes you confident to win a fight. Then you're not going to get in fights. Mm-hmm. Like once I started training fighting, I stopped getting in fights.
You don't. When was the last time you've been in a street fight?
I mean, I've been in a few, like break shit up when there's like brawl, people getting beat up and shit. So I've hopped in a few times and had to get in a few little fights, but which is probably not the smartest now. I might get fucking thrown in jail for arresting someone.
What did they say? Like these are sort of your arms are registered weapons. Is that true?
That's fake. Some karate guy invented that. Yeah, okay. But they could use it against you in court. But that's a myth. Dudes are always telling you that. Like you don't have to. That's bullshit. Okay. But yeah, no, I got in a couple fights with Antifa because they were in San Francisco.
With Antifa?
That's actually what kind of first started waking me up. Was I was in Berkeley, you know, with a girl getting dinner, and then there's these people, just riots, brawls, people get beat up in the streets. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And I go out there, and there's some dudes getting stomped in his head, like 15 people around him. Oh. So I ran over, and then they go, they start calling me a Nazi, attacks me.
Yeah, white guy running over.
Yeah, then they start running towards me. They're just the weakest people. I dropped a couple of them real quick.
Wait, how many Antifa guys did you drop? Is this filmed anywhere?
The after altercation is filmed of after I fought a couple of them up, of the guys like trying to, because after I dropped a couple of them, all of a sudden they started trying to defuse the situation. They turned out I wasn't a Nazi. So I picked the dude up covered in blood. I stuffed him into I throw him into a store, right? The Middle Eastern guys help pull me in.
Through the glass?
No, they opened the door to pull, because the guys were still kind of trying to fight him, and I was fighting people off, so I pulled the guy up. He's like covered in blood, so I push him into the store, and then the guys pull the dang lock it, a couple Middle Eastern guys, and then someone's like, oh, knock the window out. And then someone goes, oh, it's a minority-owned business. I'd never heard that type of stuff. I'm like, wait.
Minority-owned business, so it's safe, so you can't break it.
So they would knock it out if it wasn't white-owned? That was like so weird to me. I'd never heard of this type of stuff. I didn't know what Antifa was at the time. I'd never heard of these people. I'm like, what's going on?
California's fucked.
Yeah, and then I was there with a girl. Because there was people all over, but the girl was running their mouth to people. But I could see these guys were deranged. I'm telling her, I'm like, go to the car, but she wasn't listening to me. So I go, all right, I'm going to leave because she's going to get hurt. I can handle it if I get beat up, whatever. But so then I go out there and I see a couple cops. I run over. I'm like, hey, people are getting beat up in there. Go help. And they're like, oh, we're not allowed to go in there. I'm like, what do you mean? That's when everything was just, I was so confused that there was like riots, people getting beat up, the cops had stand down order. That's when I first started paying a little attention to politics.
Yeah, that really woke me up too. Black Lives Matter, that whole, was that COVID?
That was before that. That was this Milo guy was giving a speech at Berkeley. Yeah. And it was the Antifa.
Oh, you know Milo?
No, I don't know Milo. He was just giving a speech there, and that was what the riot was over. And I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, it's so funny that like you know so many people that I know. Milo was the one who introduced me. I actually
don't know Milo. I've never met him.
I was just in Berkeley. It's funny that this happened about that way. So okay, so you're at dinner, and then why are they kicking a guy? They're kicking a Nazi's head?
It was a Trump supporter, because it was people that were going to watch Milo speak. They were calling them Nazis, attacking them, and there was videos when I got home of them beating up girls, and like they shut down his speech and started beating up everyone that was going to watch it.
They were beating up people going to see a Milo speech.
Just see Milo's speech, yeah. It's crazy, right? A gay,
he's a gay Jew? Yeah. Well, he's not Jewish anymore, and he's also not gay anymore.
You can become non-Jew?
He's Christian.
I don't think he can become non-gay. If you suck a dick, you're gay for life.
Well, he went to conversion therapy, and he became a Christian. He got baptized.
Maybe it worked. I'm skeptical.
But so how many Antifa people did you beat up?
I mean, when I say beat up, I hit a couple, threw a couple on the ground. Do
you remember how many?
I think I hit one and tossed two on the ground, but they're pretty weak people. They scattered pretty quick as soon as they saw I could fight. One was a chick. I didn't realize I threw a chick on the ground. She was charging me with a bat, and they have their faces covered.
Yeah, they could walk around like it was.
They're so weak. Dead. They put their women to the front line. It's like these are the weakest, most pathetic men.
Yeah.
It's like so that was a wake up call for me. I'm like, who are these people? Why are they beating people up? Why did the police have stand down orders? It was just. And that was when I started watching Milo videos after that. I'm like, oh, this guy's pretty funny.
Yeah, he's funny. It's so funny, in the past 5 years, how much shit has happened. I almost forgot about Antifa.
Yeah. They kind of disappeared after Trump.
Yeah, where'd they go? I remember I went to Portland during the abolish the police thing, and Antifa took it over. Yeah. They literally took over the city, and they blocked it off. There were no cops. There were no police zones. People were sleeping in tents and throwing shit at the buildings.
Yeah, I was in Portland the week after the George Floyd thing. Just chaos.
Oh, that was bad.
I thought about getting some free shit because they were knocking windows out, and the people were going in, getting all their designer gear.
You were looting?
No, I wasn't looting.
Okay.
Crossed my mind.
Yeah. Everyone else was getting it. I went to film, but I didn't loot anything, and I'm glad I did.
We would have been the ones that got arrested. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't too. I'm not getting it across my mind. Yeah. And I'm just watching this chaos there. I'm like, damn, this is nuts.
That was the most wild time I think I've ever seen with my own eyes.
It was, that was weird too. How that's why I started tweeting. I think was during those riots, and it definitely wasn't popular when I first started tweeting because it was that was when the Black Lives Matter was still popular and the COVID lockdowns were still popular. But I'm like, this shit's ridiculous, and I was only for fighting. So my first tweets were not received too well.
Not at all.
But I'm like, whatever. I'm gonna keep speaking my mind.
But it's crazy. It shifted what you're allowed to say has shifted so much. Back then, if you said that George Floyd died from a fentanyl overdose, somebody might knock on your door. Now I say that every single day, and everybody understands. Like, actually, well, if you look at the autopsy, this guy was not really as much of a victim. You look at his past, you look at what he was doing. Does he really deserve statues?
No,
like, was he this hero?
Exactly. No, I don't think it was good policing, but I don't think he murdered him either. And I don't think he really had a real trial. I think the guy was. I don't think his lawyer even tried to get him off. They didn't bring in any fighters to talk about the choke because he had his knee right here. To choke you have to come to car guard.
It was like on his top shoulder.
So it right there. That doesn't choke you. Like they didn't.
You would know.
They didn't bring in any fight experts to go over that.
You should have did it.
No one tried to get me. You? I think it was kind of just. I think they kind of just knew that it was kind of a sacrificial. They had to give him up for the country to burn it again.
They needed a martyr.
Which is terrible. They did that.
Yeah.
And I don't think the guy doesn't seem like he's a great guy, but it's still not right to do. I think it was terrible policing. That's an example why policing should have to have a little bit of jiu-jitsu training. Because I watched that. If me and another guy with jiu-jitsu could have so easily just put him in the car when he was resisting. But these guys didn't know like basic body mechanics.
Wait, so you would have taken George Floyd and put him in a rear naked choke the way?
No, I wouldn't have rear naked. I would just kind of hold his arms with two guys, but one grab his legs and just stuffed him in the car. Because the guys that didn't know how to manipulate his body properly, they could have done it without hitting him or anything, and just kind of pulled him in. He's handcuffed with his hands behind his back. He couldn't have, but they just didn't know how to move him. But of like 6 months basic jiu-jitsu training, they probably have been able to move the body a lot better and had more confidence. But there's no mandatory training for police, which is crazy to me.
Yeah, I don't know how difficult police training is, but it can't be that hard.
There's some big boys in these fat cops. It's not hard at all.
They're big as fuck.
You watch some of these videos, these fat cops are just like falling over and shit. You're like, oh my God, it's embarrassing.
Yeah. You ever been arrested by a female cop?
Oh, no, I'd probably fight back.
Yeah.
No, I probably wouldn't. But it would be hard to let some fucking chick arrest you.
It must be tempting. But let me ask you, what was that? Oh, okay. What happened when you were fighting the Antifa people? Where did the girl go? She was just eating at the restaurant?
That I was with?
Yeah.
No, she was there like talking shit. That's why I got out of there, because I was trying to get her to be... Cause I don't think she realized how deranged these people were, but I could see it in their eyes because I'd been in a lot of...
Oh, she was on the right side. She was yelling at the Antifa people?
The girl I was with was back my side. She didn't know what was going on either. And then there was a bunch of girls with Antifa. They were trying to fight me. But then I was there with a girl, and she was talking shit to Antifa. And I knew I could see these guys deranged look that they were going to attack her.
Oh, yeah. People went nuts.
Yeah, I think she was a little naive to it. Thinking she's a girl, they weren't going to beat her up. But I could see these guys were going to... And then that video, I watched videos that night, and they were beating up girls. So...
And when you've seen all this crazy stuff and you see what's really going on, you know what's happening with the world. Why do you stay in... You live in California?
I live here in Vegas now.
You live in Vegas?
I've spent most of my life in California, but I moved out here a few years ago.
Vegas is better than California.
Yeah, it's just, I love a lot about California, but I had to leave. It's ran by the fucking worst people. And we have a 13% state tax on top of the federal tax.
For what?
They offer nothing. They offer nothing for it, exactly.
Yeah. Why stay here? That's something I'm trying to figure out. Like, would you
in the U.S. or?
Yeah, the West Coast U.S. Like, do you ever think about leaving?
Yeah, I think about leaving for sure. It's just there's a lot I like about America still too.
Like what?
Well, for one, whole friend network here. It's just family. It's comfortable. I'm used to it. We still have some freedom. They're taking it from us, but they weren't able to completely do COVID lock. During COVID, they never kept me in my home. San Francisco, they tried giving us a curfew and shit, but it didn't work. San Francisco was crazy, but they couldn't really enforce it.
They still tried to do it.
They tried.
Though. Yeah, which is
But some places in Europe, though, people weren't leaving their houses. Well, that's the... what were they saying? They tried saying the Jewish guys for the tunnels were for like COVID restrictions, but you're never
it was like
to get out. But you're always able to go outside, and you're always able to go out during COVID in the U.S.
The dumbest lie that they could have picked up on is clearly not for COVID lockdown.
And then it was built by teens. Like I've done construction work. You don't build those are some teens didn't build those tunnels.
I don't know what type of shovels they would have had. There's no chance. But where would you go?
That's the question. That's why I would maybe leave, but where's better than the U.S.? I love going places like Costa Rica, but I'd probably get bored down there.
Yeah.
Same like Southeast Asia. It's awesome to visit. Everything's cheap, but I'd probably get bored.
The language barrier there, I like a lot of things about Thailand. It's cheap, food's
good. But the language is impossible to learn.
Right. Also the culture, people are just too friendly in a way that's off-putting.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, tourists.
Yeah, the voices language can be a little aggressive too. It's like, I have friends living out in Thailand now, but I don't think I could. That's what's hard to live. Like, where would I go? I don't know. Maybe explore more places. And Europe's got less freedom than America, or most of it does.
What do you think the future is going to be like?
It's hard to say. It depends on who wins these control battles.
It's a big year.
They're clearly trying to suffocate our rights and control. But will the people are starting to? The people are trying to fight back, but they just seem to be doing it regardless of what we think. Crazy shit. Like one of the craziest ones is the open borders. It's clearly bad for America. It doesn't benefit America in no way, but they do it anyways. And then I'm like, oh, who did this? I look it up. Oh, sure enough, he's from that country. Or born in Cuba, but
yeah.
I mean, well, what a surprise.
What a surprise. Ryan Dawson rings a bell every single time.
It's interesting. Someone's like, oh, look up early life. I started doing it, and you're like, damn,
early life on Wikipedia.
I'm right the majority of the times when I suspect. It's like crazy.
It almost like you almost don't want to check anymore because then you feel like you're like anti-Semitic for checking early life on Wikipedia.
And you're like, oh, yep, checks.
Or you just see the name Hirschberg or
yeah,
Goldstein, Weinstein, Epstein.
The Weinstein, yeah, but it's crazy they're doing the shit that the people don't want. No one wants it. The Democrats don't want. The Democratic people don't want it, but they're just flooding through, giving them free shit, free health care. We don't have that, so our debt's out of control. Like, people don't realize there comes a point where we can't pay the debt. The interest on loan on our debt now is more than our military budget. So like, at some point, it'll be too big to even pay the interest. Then what happens? The country collapses.
And doesn't Israel, don't they have all the resources that we don't have? Don't they have?
They have free medical, free all that shit.
And they have a wall. They have really low immigration. Like they have every single thing that they try to make us think is racist.
No immigration. Gay marriage is illegal. Interracial marriage is illegal even.
Yeah, it's like the LGBT capital of the world, Tel Aviv. They have the biggest pride parades.
Do they?
Yeah, there you go. I mean,
selling. It's interesting. Exactly. They have like the most sophisticated wall, which again, the October thing never made sense because they had the most sophisticated border supposedly, and the dudes just paraglided across in 7 hours for the military to respond. Like, come on, the whole thing was clearly a setup.
More people are waking up though. I'm glad that there's things like. Had you go on Rumble at all?
I don't. Really. I need to start doing that because
you don't watch Rumble.
No, I should. I know Rumble's free speech. I don't watch that many videos, but I should start checking out Rumble to support them because I know they're a free speech platform, which is important, which YouTube isn't. Yeah, so I need to stop going to YouTube when I watch videos.
You watch YouTube still?
Not often, but occasionally. So I need to stop doing that because Rumble's obviously a better platform.
And what's great about it is I know a lot of the employees, they don't agree with most of what I talk about. We have disagreements, but they believe in free speech. So even though we can disagree, they allow these types of conversations to happen. Yeah. Everything, this whole podcast, this whole interview would be deleted off YouTube now.
You can't talk about. That's the crazy part is you couldn't talk about the Zionist stuff before, and that's how you know they had control. Like the perfect example I said earlier with I believe Weinstein produced the film showing all the connections with Saudi Arabia at 9/11. I believe it won some freaking awards. All of a sudden they do one showing the Israeli connections. Oh, that's banned. Your whole channel is going down. So they silence everyone. They made everyone scared to mention it too. So you would notice the connections, but you're scared to mention it because they call you anti-Semitic. No other race has their own word for racism, right? There's not like a word invented just for you. That's always weird to me. Like, why do they have their own? Why not just you're racist against Jewish people? Like, they've had to make their own word for it.
That's genius.
It's fucking weird.
They have their own word for racism. It's funny. It's not even the propaganda goes so deep. It's not just like those documentaries. Even movies like Django Unchained or Inglourious Basterds that Quentin Tarantino directed, Israeli Wife, and Harvey Weinstein was the producer for those. It's like Django Unchained makes you hate white people because it shows a black savior and like every white person's evil when it was really like a small minority of whites who even owned slaves. And if you look at the transatlantic slave trade, you see it was really doing it.
Yeah, I recently stumbled across that too. That's right. I started digging. I'm like, oh my God, slave trade was doing it.
And then if you look at Inglourious Basterds, you're gonna like these made up. It makes you demonize everybody in Germany when it's like it was a small minority of people who are Nazis. You know?
Yeah, Hollywood just pushed so much racial hate just made so many movies
created
about
more
slavery.
division.
It's like, it was awful, but you need to just do movie after movie after movie to make people angry and pent up, and then both sides get angry. They're just trying to create division instead of trying to kill it. Like when I was a teenager, that was the least amount of racism, and it's gotten a lot worse since then, not better.
In the 90s, right?
Yeah, it should be like, you hear everyone probably say that, right? It felt like it didn't really make a difference. Everyone was totally normal.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite interactions was on Facebook when there was not very black people in my school, but one of the guys posted, like, I was always one of the boys, I was never treated different. It's a bunch of bullshit. And a bunch of white girls were on there being like, they treated you different. It's like, he's freaking telling them we didn't treat him any different. He's like, you guys are crazy. I'm literally telling you I was one of the guys. I wasn't treated different because I'm like, maybe we joke around, but I was treated no different because I was black. And all the white girls were convinced that, no, they just said you were one of the good ones or something. It's like, it's ridiculous.
How are you trying to convince
convince him what his experience was?
It's so stupid. I've seen videos on Twitter pop up of like high school in the 90s, and you're just seeing like the way that they, like how much more peaceful and calm they look in the locker room. And then now if you look at high school in America, it's like, people getting shoved into lockers, like fights, people yelling at the teacher, slapping the substitute. It's a completely different atmosphere. It's so many like control mechanisms like the music. When everybody is like dialed into the murder and how sexualized everything's becoming, like you're gonna be more wild and animalistic and have a completely different sense of morality. Like what they were talking about at the mosque today for Jumat prayer, the imam was speaking about how today the morals of society are you should do whatever makes you happy right now.
Yeah.
So when Cardi B brags about like drugging and robbing men, it's because like, yes, queen, go bitch. Like she's doing what made her happy in that moment without any thought of the consequences of anybody else around. Did that exist? Like that's, he nailed it.
No, gangster, that's when the gangster rap was starting to get big back then, and that's, maybe that might have been part of the downfalls. And who was behind all that music?
Yeah.
And that's what I heard Kanye say something about that. That's part of his issue. You know, all the music they pushed. Kanye West or Ye, whatever. Like how much, you know, how many deaths does that music cause? People trying to act a certain way, and how much violence does it cause? Probably a lot. You know, can't say for sure, but it might have helped generate some of this problems.
I mean, look at what they talk about you. They try to say that you're anti-Semitic. Like when I was reading your Wikipedia, it says controversies, and it just says like the worst stuff. And then look at everything that you're talking about in this podcast about God, about becoming stronger, about how important fighting is, and about how police should act. And they don't write about that. No. Like Kanye said it in that song Jesus Walks. Like you could rap about drugs, murder, bitches, but if I talk about God, my record won't get played.
Exactly.
I made a video called Letter from Mecca. Not any of these gossip pages, the drama pages, they never talk about it. They don't mention it. But they'll talk about like, oh, this girl said she's my ex. This girl said that. This dude wants beef with him. All they do is stir more drama and stir more division, but they don't ever talk about anything positive.
The good things you do. No,
Why would they?
They want to push the drama. Exactly.
Why would they? Like the same thing with Hollywood movies. All they want to do is monetize your rage and is to keep you emotional so that you stay addicted to. And then you end up in Antifa. Like you end up, that's how you get that deranged look. When you've been programmed and psyoped and taking antidepressants and all these vaccines, and you're confused and you're hatred and you're liberal and you're white and all this stuff, like that will make you go nuts and you end up in a mask, you know, fighting Jake Shields outside of Berkeley.
Yeah, exactly. They're not getting any masculinity out. Like the drugs is probably a big one. People are hopped up on all these drugs, you know, putting on antidepressants and anti-anxiety medications and Adderall and all this shit. They're all strung out from kids. Who knows what this is doing to them? Probably not good. I think most, if not almost all of the random school shooters are fucking on those antidepressants.
Yeah, like the trans girl who shot up the school, whose manifesto they refused to release, like definitely on antidepressants. Yeah. Like 1 in 40 kids now that are born have autism. But in the 90s back then, I think it was like 1 in 600. The amount of autism has completely spiked. And it's like, why would that happen? Is it just coincidence, or is it the medication?
Or is it vaccines?
What's in the food, the vaccines, what's in the water, like what's in everything that we eat, consume, and look at? There's got to be some sort of pattern. Yeah. Did you ever? Go ahead.
No, it was when I was, you know, some of the celebrities are pushing the autism when I was like a teen, you know, and vaccine, and they made them out to be totally crazy lunatics. But you look back and like maybe the people were right. You know, I don't know if they were. I haven't done any research on it, but I did a bunch of research on the COVID vaccine, seeing how bad that was makes me question all vaccines. You know.
Did you get it?
No, fuck no.
Yeah, nice. Come on, man. Let's fucking go. It's gene therapy. It's literally what the mRNA vaccine, if you actually look it up, it's meant to modify your DNA so that it's not even a vaccine, because a vaccine is supposed to give you a little bit of the disease so that you can stop being immune to it. The mRNA vaccine is literally manipulating your DNA.
Yep. And they're saying, like all the shit they didn't think was going to last, like the spike proteins, all this. Like I'm not being the guy they're experimenting on with a new type of vaccine, never been used before. I'll pass.
I'm not your hamster.
Yeah, it's crazy how people went and jumped and did that, especially when COVID wasn't that deadly. That was a wake up to me too, because I just I was like, okay, you know, when COVID was coming out in China, it looked pretty bad, right? People were dropping dead allegedly.
A lot of those were lies. Like the videos we saw, like people like bleeding out of the mouth on the train. I remember when COVID first started, I'm like, oh, if I get it, I'm going to start like vomiting blood on a train station.
Yeah, but remember when it got to Italy, they released like early on all the data of like the death rates, the age, the comorbidity. So I looked through that and I saw the average death was like 80 something, 3 or 4 comorbidity. So I'm like, oh, okay, I should be fine. It's a sickness. But if I could look at that and put that together, clearly these other scientists and doctors could have, but instead they were just freaking out. That's when I'm like, man, these people are either liars or just stupid. But even my doctor friends, I would talk to them and I'd send them like, you know, the data, all this stuff, and they'd be like, oh, the CDC says. And like, I don't care what the CDC says. Here's the raw data with the average age, the amount of people getting it. It's clearly wasn't that, to people that are healthy, it clearly was never that bad.
You know what's really funny? Remember that guy that refused to debate Joe Rogan about giving vaccines to children? Yeah. What's his name again? Do you remember his name?
I know you're talking about, I can't think of his name.
Chat will know. Anyway, check the early life on Wikipedia. Every single time I looked at his early life, like the guy was refusing, the guy with the bow tie and the glasses, he's like the goofy guy who said that children should get vaccines. He refused to debate Joe Rogan very publicly. Joe Rogan was very cordial, and but every single time you look at it, and then look, even Stephen Hawking, like the cripple scientist. I can call him a cripple now because he was like raping kids. Like even if you look at the biggest scientists, were all going to Epstein's Island. So they were saying trust the science, trust the science. All these scientists were compromised.
Exactly, the science are compromised too. So
they were all blackmailed fucking kids on an island.
You know, it's crazy because it's not. Epstein wasn't just after the politicians like a lot of people think. It was the people that control information, the Googles, the I mean, I don't know if Zuckerberg was there, but those people they wanted, those type of people, and like the scientists, they wanted all aspects. I saw some report too, Ghislaine Maxwell, whatever.
Yeah.
She was like one of the top Reddit moderators. So she was like
she was controlling the narrative.
Exactly.
When the Donald subreddit got deleted, the Red Pill subreddit got deleted, she was in control. She was able to moderate and delete it. Whenever there was something against her narrative, she was able to wipe it out. So then you control literally the zeitgeist. You make it seem like the population believes one thing, but then you speak to people in real life and it's not.
Exactly, and that's what they want to do. They want us to see it online, a narrative makes people scared to speak how they feel because they think a lot of people, they're like, oh, people don't think how I think, so I better stay quiet.
Yeah, Reddit's a giant psyop. Like,
yeah, Reddit's turned into a joke years ago.
Twitter's great though. I have to admit, like, it's every day I log in and just seeing what people are able to speak about compared to other platforms.
No, it's great, and like platforms are speaking, people that are speaking truth are growing. You know, that shows you too. It's like, you know, a lot of these. That was a wake up call too when October 7th hit. You know, I thought it was. I kind of consider myself part of the, you know, the anti-war, free speech, right. And those people that are supposed to be the anti-war right all jumped into gung-ho war for Israel. I'm like, oh, those people are fake.
Jordan Peterson said, give them hell, Netanyahu.
Yeah.
Okay, you're supposed to be conservative, you know, leader of men, and you're advocating for genocide. Like, it's just you really see what side people are truly on after that.
And then you start seeing like, oh, who runs these media companies? Oh, so that was something I was told on where how many people that are bought and paid for by the, you know, completely controlled.
But some people are really, like, a lot of Christians are starting to wake up because they really believe in Jesus, and you see that. I mean, when it goes back to Zionist Judaism, these people like really disrespect and hate Jesus. To their core. Like Candace Owens is an example of somebody who I think is completely aware, but she can't say a lot of it because she works for Ben Shapiro. But I guarantee you she's watching Nick Fuentes' show.
Oh yeah, but they believe Jesus is burning in hell in a pit of like human shit, boiling human shit or something. It's like, and you look at even like the statistics, the Pew of like most Jewish people despise and hate the Christians, and the Christians like love and admire the Jewish people. It's like, how do they like?
Sense. Yeah, if you see like what they're doing in Israel, they're spitting on Christians, they're spitting on churches. They're like the whole Judeo-Christian psyop was just created to make Christians like sympathize and think that they're on the same team of Judaism, when really they could not be more divided.
And they're the ones that push the whole Christianity Muslim divide.
With
But
9/11.
Muslims love Jesus, you know, and that's why a lot of Christians don't even realize that.
They almost love Jesus as much as Christians do. You know, they defend him more.
They defend him more. Yeah, I tweeted something about the other day about how the Muslims are the ones upset when Jesus is mocked.
I mean, in our religion, the Jesus is the Messiah. He's going to come back to defeat the Jaw, to defeat the devil who pretends to be God. And yeah, a lot of Christians don't understand that. They think that, like they always say, like, you know, Muslims worship a black cube. You're going to see that. I mean, if you go to Mecca, but the black cube, the Kaaba is just a mosque. Yeah. Like, we don't pray to anybody but God. We don't pray to any man. We don't worship anybody but Allah.
Yeah, that's the whole idea. So it's God first. That's why they don't.
That's it.
They like and respect Jesus. They don't look at him as God.
100%. Hey, Jake, man. Cool. It was a great conversation. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, of course, man.
I think we can wrap it up here. Where can we check you out? Like, where can we?
I mean, Twitter is probably the best place. Jake Shields, AJJ on Twitter. I'm on Instagram too, but not as active on there. Just Jake Shields. But yeah, Twitter's the most fun. That's where I talk about shit.
Do you have anything to promote or like
Not really at the time. Just, you know, thanks for all the support throughout the years.
And thank you for waking people up. It was really cool to see over the past like 2 years. I think we started to like wake up. Like I started seeing you like publicly make realizations. A lot of people are afraid to say that they changed their mind on something because they don't want to be seen as like inferior, or they don't like. But you were publicly saying
it's like you're growing. You know, people that are scared to change their mind. That's like, you're not going to be right about everything. So you're going to be wrong about something. I think it's really important to like be able to reevaluate situations and realize occasionally I'm wrong. I think generally my instincts are good, and I usually get shit right away. But
when you're wrong, you correct it.
Occasionally I'm wrong, and I correct it. You know, like
it takes a man to admit when they were wrong, and that's why I respect Malcolm X so much. Is that he literally changed racism like right before he died, and that's why they killed him.
That's probably why they killed him. He's like, oh wait, the white man's my brother too. They're not my enemy. No, they don't want to hear that. They want us your enemy.
They want that division. They want you to be angry forever, and because when you're angry, you're easier to manipulate.
Yeah, exactly. You're divided against each other. They want the racial divide, not unity.
So. And when you get your anger out in a place like this.
So, yeah.
It's so much healthier.
No, exactly. Like I said, I stopped getting in trouble when I started training and sparring and fighting. I had no desire to go get in street fights and cause trouble. It's like you get it all out there. That's why, you know, young men, they need something like this. They don't have it. They're not pushed anywhere. Like, again, we were growing up, before we had the phones, so we'd be out having to play, having to do crazy shit. We'd be bored, so, you know, riding bikes, skating, out causing trouble, but you're pushing your adrenaline. If you're not doing that now, if you're just on social media, video games, staying indoor, I don't think men are meant to live that way.
That's what I mean. People need to have hardship. People need to go through something difficult. Like fighting is probably probably the best way to get like to exercise that, to scratch that itch. You know.
Yeah.
You know, if men were designed to be warriors and to fight and to hunt, you know, we're not doing that.
Exactly.
We're being sedentary, sitting in an office all day scrolling and getting outraged. Like, you need to go and
just literally a few generations ago, we were having to hunt to survive, and things were rough. Like not that long ago. And now all of a sudden things are pretty comfy where people can just stay in and not go out. And so we're not meant to live that way.
And literally forced to stay in and just sit in your apartment collecting checks.
Yeah, exactly. And then it wasn't for me when they shut shit down during COVID. I'm like, yeah, I can't live like this.
So it's never been more important to get in. I'm really focused on fighting.
No, I think it's awesome. I think that's one of the best things you do mentally. And then, to a side note to the people listening, it's important to speak up with your views too, because a lot of people feel that way. You got to start, you know. You don't have to say 100% what you do, but I think it's important to share your beliefs instead of pretending like you believe bullshit you don't. You know, you're not a real man if you're going along pretending like you like you believe a man in a dress is a woman or any bullshit like that. It's like, come on.
Most people are hiding what they truly believe because they want to make more money and they want to establish connections and they're afraid to offend people.
But they don't realize people generally are going to respect you more if you speak your mind, you know?
Exactly.
People, when I first started tweeting my real thoughts, everyone was telling me not to, but I've made lots of money off Twitter through, not directly from the Twitter, but from connections I've made and stuff. Because a lot of people, they respect people that are speaking their mind.
Thank you, Jake Shields.
Hey, great.
I appreciate that.
Yep.
Signing out. Love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. We'll figure it out. Stay updated. Just make sure to follow the stream, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Cool.
Okay, let's work out, man. Fuck it.
Take a piss on it.
Do you have any more piss in you? I
just
peed all my pee.
Yo, who got some piss?